to be heard. Oh, that just beat shoot down backbreaker. That was the light one too, I think. Ooh, it's lagging. Light shoot down backbreaker is the fast one. Shoot down backbreaker is a truly shitty move. I feel like it's much better that way. If it was good, it would just beat jump-ins clean. It would be a hard counter to jumping. But because it loses to air normals, it's still good, just only after a parry or catching jump aways. Still unparryable. It's really the big key about it. Big thing that separates it from Alex. Ah, that hit so late. They hit like an SF5 tackle. Nice footage. Oh, that sucks. Hugo got wider after his parry animation. EX headbutt, Hugo can't duck and it's safe. EX headbutt is an entirely different beast in this game from SF5. In this game it's better in every human way, except it's not invincible, which is quite a big downside. Urian's only invincible reversal is Super 1, which no one runs. Same as Hugo. Get ready. Hi. Hello. Getting bullied by these strongs. You see that? You get knocked all around. Oh, that was not a punish. What was that punish? It looked like a meat squasher. But I imagine he was probably... An SPD would have made more sense there. My day was pretty good. I was lazy. I don't have work today. I watched anime. I had some other stuff too, but anime is the big thing I did. One of my friends had only seen the first like half of Paranoia Agent. Or rather, we watched almost all of it a super long time ago. Wow, cool whiff, cool super. And then we watched the first 5 episodes like a year ago and then got distracted. And then today we watched from like episode 6 to the end, which is episode 13. So for the last like 3 hours I was watching that show. It's my favorite ever anime. And actually one of my favorite ever shows. If not my favorite ever. Editing the intro, huh? It's your first time editing, right? That's what you said? Kirky edited a couple videos for my channel once long ago. He was watching my Last Impact playthrough, and he did some highlights. They did quite well on my YouTube, or I think he just did one video. It was either 1 or 2, and everyone was like, "When the hell is another one of these coming out?" But Kirky got distracted by his child who was born. Pretty distracting thing in terms of things that can distract you. Having a kid is probably number 1. Okay, dying is probably number 1. I don't really like doing anything in Vegas. I find Premiere to be better, and to be honest, I still don't even use Premiere. Look, on him. Vegas is like the most free, but it's got probably the worst user interface. And by the most free, I mean you can do the most stuff. The real trick is to get good at the key bindings. Because if you can do a lot of stuff with the keyboard, you can therefore do a lot of stuff quickly. There's a methodology, but it's slow to learn. See that? Urian has to hit you into the mirror. The Vegas copy I have is pirated. Don't tell Sony. What is it? Are you gonna post it here? What is this, by the way? Sub Gifter. I've never even seen that one. Nice. Terrible punish, though. Cool parry, terrible punish. Oh. Alright, we'll post it once you get it accepted. Darkstalker of choice. If you want the best design, I don't know. But if you want the one I like playing whenever I play the game, it's Rikuo / Albath. Vampire Arcadia was streaming recently. They had a house stream where they were doing like Vampire Savior, and I tuned in and watched some. I want a Darkstalkers game with some Marvel versus Capcom mechanics, but not all of them. For example, I think I want it to be 1v1 and not tag. But I want some like jump and super jump, if you know what I mean. That was cool. Was that jump cancel clap? Or maybe it was just a bad throw. Shimmy clap. Oh, he got the unblockable, but he accidentally hit Hugo out of the mirror entirely. EX mirror? Yup. I think this is an unblockable on Hugo. Oh no, he actually ducked under it. If he blocked that mirror, it would have been a wrap. Headbutt is super duper good against Hugo. The only downside is you need to get charged, which is not actually very easy at all. That, I think at 720 probably could have hit through that, but it would have been really, really, really hard to get the motion out in time, because you can't do it during the freeze. Oh yeah, Seth looking. I mean, I know you're just saying it looks like Seth. Wasn't Love Machine a stand? That was the girl with the hair. And then the other girl with the other hair from part 8. I think. No, that was Love Deluxe. What the fuck is a Love Machine? Nice, good parry. It's always cool when that gets both hits as an ATR. The first hit slams, I think. The second hit definitely slams. Oro does that with his overhead as well. It's got like a dog shit anti-air hitbox, but technically speaking, if you manage to get Oro's overhead on a jumping opponent, it'll slam them to the ground. The most practical time for that to happen is if they're waking up with holding up. But technically speaking, you can juggle Oro's overhead after a stand strong, for example. Not that you would, but you can. It's not like a useful knockdown or anything. You'd rather get the medium uppercut. It's a lot more damage and a lot easier to land. It still locks the opponent down. Has better OQ too, I think. I haven't worked on it in the last couple days, but it's going pretty nicely. I've got a nice timetable going now for things I want to do and how soon I can achieve them. I've worked a really long time on grabbing things while falling. I've got like a timer going so that if I've fallen for enough frames, I can no longer grab ledges. The timer resets when I land, although, you know, it will theoretically, I will eventually have it so I die if I land from a fall that high. But I haven't yet integrated health. But that's like the next thing after I finish my falling. Once I get jumping, falling, and grabbing ledges, then my platforming, the basis of my platforming is nearly done. Hugo in third strike is super neat. He's actually super neat in Street Fighter 4. Remember Alex Vai's Hugo? He beat Bonchan in like one of the Evos or something. Sagat always was listed as a Hugo counter pick, but especially after 1.04, I don't think it was actually that bad. I think it was better than like Zangief versus Sagat. Hugo was critically underrated, I feel. Hugo was either even or advantaged against quite a lot of characters, but because he lost really badly to the likes of Gouken and Dawson, people treated him like he was a bad character. But you can't just write someone off as a bad character. The matchup is important. And it's not, let's be honest, most people don't play Gouken or Dawson. Those aren't side characters. Like, yeah, you can have a side Sagat if you want to. A side Sim is like almost not a thing. Side Gouken. The only person I can think of who had a side Gouken, I guess Infiltration did, and Shine. That's it. Those are the only players I can think of with Goukens on the side. That's me. Shine used to main Goken in like vanilla. Isn't it funny when someone plays like some like weird character that forces you to play a certain way, and then they play like a more normal character and their entire gameplay style completely changes, and maybe how well they do in tournament also completely changes. He shouldn't have tried to jump over that mirror, but also it was horrible because the time was running out. Kuroda's like that. Kuroda for a super long time only played Q, and his talent at the game was hidden by Q's shittiness. Like, he still won a bunch of matches, but like, you know, he was just pretty good. He was just the best Q. He wasn't like anything super special. And then he started playing other characters who didn't suck, and then he won a bunch of SBOs. And it's like, wow, it turns out that in addition to being, like, put Kuroda's ability to parry and create openings on like a good character, put him on Akuma, and you get like a force to be reckoned with. Pretty much. That's really how it was. I tend to shit on Q a lot. He's not the worst character in this game. His damage output's insane. And his neutral is not as bad as I describe it, although it is probably one of the worst in the game, if not the worst. Oof. Hugo had a 2-frame SPD, right? Like T-Hawk and Zangief. Seth and Hakan were both 3. Two people greet each other and turn into small chunky versions of themselves, like the Yoshi thing. Like Yoshi from Mario.
橋さんお疲れ、節電さんお疲れ様です。もう今日は仕事で最後まで見れん。それはね、まあ仕事はね、しょうがないよね。しょがりがダブル吹き上げしてくる可能性。
That headbutt is so obnoxious for Hugo.
表示、それね、これ押さなきゃ表示されないからね。まだいないんですよね。
Oh, the TC. You don't see that very often in this game. It doesn't combo to regular tackle, I think. They can only combo to EX tackle, which makes it a lot harder to use. EX tackle is not very good to land in this game, to be honest.
東西戦まだ始まってないですか？まだ始まってないですよ。
Safe.
蓄能復活しました。蓄能は復活してますよ。自分が行くとこだとねしかないのですが、誰も入ってこないで100円使ってギル使って倒しに行く。まあね。お友達と一緒にとかはきついのかな。近くにきついっていう。
I thought it was plus at least.
そんな。
It leaves the opponent standing in point blank, which is really awkward.
ババールさん。ユリアンで相手飛んだらとりあえず
Not really where you
コ
want
パンコして
to
るん
be.
ですけど、ユリアンはあんま対空気にコパンコするんだったらしゃがみ大パンの方が良くないですか？当たるんだったら、ね、
Oh, that's pretty bad.
当たってるんだったらおすすめはバックジャンプとか垂直ジャンプ中パンとか、あとタッチ中パンの方が強いと思いますけどね、先端は。富永さんは休みですか？職場でいじられてる
juice before I started the
ちょっと名
stream.
前面白いですね。
Unblockable? Going for it? Sort of. Faked it out. Hugo trying to get out of the way.
高血の連絡が来てないんで、多分来ると思います。もしもし。
The shoot down backbreaker was a multi-option select on
どういうこと？
Urian backing up and also Urian trying to jump out of a 720. Wow. That was like right on the
なるほどね。まあそうですね。
Just got him.
どこまでも引くカードは合うんでしょうからね。
Clap is such a fun move for Hugo to have. It doesn't really feel super oppressive when you're blocking it, but it feels like free when you're Hugo. You know what I mean? Like simultaneously it's both. Oh, is my title wrong? Oops. Mod, come in and save me. Another little TC. I guess theoretically it also combos to headbutt, but you need to partition it. And it's not a horrible partition, but like just partitions in general are not very reliable to do in the middle of a match. Oh, the overhead. A lot of dizzy on that. A lot of damage too. My second monitor is hooked up. It's just off. I don't know if it puts any extra strain on my graphics card to be running both screens all the time. So I just, anyway, because I wasn't using it, I just set it so second screen was off.
連絡ぐらいはしてほしいですよね。
Like I'm not putting my monitor on it, or you know, I'm not putting my desktop on it. Although it is plugged into the back of my computer. I had to wait to even set it up because I've got a 970. It's kind of old now, but it used to be real nice. GTX 970. I was thinking about replacing it with a Radeon or whatever RTX. I forget. RTX 2060 might have been the number. It's like a CPU that's like a lower, or a GPU that's like a lower. It's like stronger because it's way newer. Oh, that catch. He whiffed a crouch light kick and buffered a 720 and then reacted to the fucking forward dash. He was like, hi. Who does this? How do players do this? Why was he ready for that forward dash?
職質受けてるから連絡できないんだろう。そういうこと？
I figure it's probably fine. It's just that, you know, it's like another monitor all the time.
9号差し合い強い。めっちゃ強いです。
Whenever I get my CPU burning a little hotter or something. My innards. I figured I would turn it on whenever I was going to stream something that required to. But so far that hasn't been anything yet.
エレナのヌルヌルっぷりは異常。確かに相当ヌルヌルしてるわ、あいつ。
This is still quite dangerous for Hugo. Yeah. His light normals are pretty good for that kind of thing.
お昼の店員さんにいつも対戦お世話になってます。ありがとうございます。松崎さん。あれどうなんだろう。
Did you change the channel? I mean the title? Because thank you.
その店員さんは森川スーパー店長です。当時のカプコンのドット絵職人は
My second monitor is connected to my motherboard. I considered doing that. I could have done that. Instead, I had a new cable shipped out. It turns out I don't actually own a DVI cable. So I went and bought one off eBay for the super high price of like $5. It was like $4 or something, I think. My existing monitor is connected with VGA, I think. The 15-pin blue. I don't know if either one is stronger or what. My BenQ monitor doesn't have any sort of like... I don't think it has like a... I don't know if it's got HDMI actually. I gotta like look. My graphics card has HDMI in anyway. Omega Buki will be a little while yet. I think I've included... Ooh, cool. A low was really obvious there, I guess. My second monitor, I don't know. It's a bit smaller than my first one. And I don't know my first one's dimensions. I doubt I would find anything new about Ibuki that Speb doesn't know. But I might find some slightly more optimized. I don't know. Ooh, nice. It's tricky because every character I play, I'm pretty sure there's quite a lot I don't know. It can be nice just to have multiple heads looking at stuff. I definitely don't know everything about Makoto. I feel like, in fact, Makoto, there's probably a big piece missing that I haven't found yet. There are a lot of things that seem rather useless on the surface. Like, I don't know what the fuck her EX headbutt does. It doesn't seem to be a reversal. It doesn't seem to give her any sort of practical, like, extra frames or extra damage. But it's got to be for something. There's got to be a reason they put it in the game.
手術跡見えないように。あ、でもなんか、この
There's a
間
few
特に
things
マ
like
スクしてな
that.
かったっす
For
よ。あん
axe
ま後
kicks.
もなかった気
Why
がす
are
るんで
they
す
the
け
way
ど。
they are? How are you intended to use them? I already know about low strong. It's okay.
アドバイスはザース。いえいえいえいえいえ。
Makoto
今
has a
だ
weird
と
link
ア
with
ー
low
クのアニ
strong.
メ
I
の
think
使い
on counter hit she can
あ
do
ーで
low
もあ
strong
れで
stand
も
strong.
なんかね、あれじゃダメなんですかね。俺
I
全
don't
然あ
remember
れ
what
で
Thunderstorm
綺
is
麗
supposed
だ
to be.
なって思いますけど。
Oh, is that his parry from SF5? We talking about useless moves? Kareen is the
こ
theoretical
れ、あ
correct
れだ
answer.
な、富永さん、
But yeah,
来
no
ねえって
reason
こと、
is a more correct
来な
answer.
くて連絡も来ないってことは完全に寝てる可能性があるな。
Yeah, I found that immediately. It's like super duper rare to not have a combo
ドラゴンボ
into
ールはマジであー
super
ね。
in a mega mode. So I was
Yes,
really,
voice
really
よね、
baffled by T-Hawk
えっ
not
て
having
い
a
う
combo
か。
into super. And I looked everywhere, I think. I couldn't find a combo into super at all. He can't, like,
東西
none of
戦
his
参
moves
加さ
cause
れ
like
る
a back
方は
turn.
エントリー用紙に名前
Or
の記
like
入
a
をよろし
throwable
くお願い
state,
し
rather.
ます。参加される方は名前の記入をよろし
His
くお願
only
いします。
crumple is from 2 bar. You can't juggle into it, and you can't cancel into it. A juggle into it, I felt like would have been very appropriate for Hugo. I mean, not for Hugo, for T-Hawk. Because he would have been able to get it off of, like, close roundhouse or something.
暴れ塾ってサイトを参考に頑張ってます。
Or maybe some kind of anti-air spire.
あ
Or
の
like
かの有名な朝岡
regular
プロ
dive
の
kick, regular condor
サイトですね。
dive into spire, into super or something like that.
男らしいと思います。
And I tried all special moves, even like the weird ones, like the first hit of spire into super. Rather difficult to do the motion for that. But no, it didn't work. DP into super also did not work.
ダブル吹き上げ片材で死亡。
To the best of my knowledge, Hugo has no combo to super, and that's unique in Omega mode. From every character I've tried, he's the only one. Super weird. Super awful way to be unique. It's been a day for all of mine. The secret no one wants you to know with Street Fighter is how optimized your combos are has almost no bearing on how good you are. Or rather, most optimized combos only do a very small amount of damage more than unoptimized combos.
タイランとか
I'm a
ア
partner,
ラームどういうこっちゃ？
so I probably had some faster. I got my partnership before affiliates were even a thing. I don't know if Hugo gets anything at all from clapping the mirror. It's a giant hitbox, and it lasts a really long time. As long as he's hitting the mirror, he gets extra active frames. So if like Hugo, if Urian like dashes in, I think. Actually, don't quote me on that. I don't know if that's true. That's how it works in SF4, but I don't know if it's how it works in SF3.
Wow.
Ooh. That actually did work as an unblockable, despite the weird screen position, and also sick autocorrect there.
いつか東西戦出たいけど
Good trade for
22
Hugo,
スター
but
ト
he's
と
down health.
無理なのが辛い。
Okay.
あー、なるほど
It's over.
ね。
EX
ちょ
Lariat's
っ
too
と遅いで
scary.
すよね。
Hugo's trying to be greedy with the meter. I wouldn't. I just knock him out. This is definitely kill range for EX Lariat. I don't know why he's
残
being
業
so
で疲れ
timid.
た。
Okay. Saved
あ
this
のス
meter.
ーパーホワイト企業の駒さんが残
He
業
kind
で
of
疲れ
gave
た。
some to Urian though, so it's iffy. Maybe EX Lariat is like reactable from half screen.
からジャンプしてグラップを置き始めるとタイラント確定するっていう。
You could just
Ah,
hold it extra
なるほどね。
long if you're afraid of the parry. But then again, that might give them extra parry timing.
からジャンプされた側
If
は、
they
ね、
react late.
影を抜ける側なんで遅めグラップとかにするといいのかな。
There's nothing wrong with playing it safe, generally
重
speaking.
野さんコメントを考えてくださ
Not
い。
committing is a perfectly fine thing to do in third strike. Nice tackle, nerd.
だそうです、重野さん。言うてインフラ系なので。 スパチャって何
He
コ
actually
メン
got the
トしない
knockdown. He had a
と
continued juggled right there.
なんだろ
Didn't get it though.
う投げることもできないんですか
Jump in roundhouse, jump out roundhouse. Jump in roundhouse, immediately stand
でも駒
roundhouse.
さんは
You
も
can tell
う
he's
スパ
trying
チャも
not to
別
get thrown.
にいいんでその寝てる
720 would be the
だけ
big
とか
thing that
横
could
にな
still
って
fuck him over this
見
round.
てるのがいいと思います
Trying to be safe.
なしでも遅れ
Yeah,
ますよ
a mirror on
スパチャ
Hugo, I
と
was
かも
about to
当然
say.
さんが
Would be very strong here. And then he actually did it.
なるほど
Hugo couldn't approach because the mirror that was previously in front of him. And then he couldn't back up because Urian backed up, which prevented, which scrolled the screen.
ああすごいですよ
Very
ね
intelligent play, I
富永
feel.
さんなかなかえぐいですよあのキャラはそう横になってのんびりそうっすでそうするとだんだん勝手に寝てるから何もなしだ
Clown girls can be okay.
さすが闘
They're
争
not
家
my
さんやね
fetish. But I've seen pictures of clown girls where I was like, Where's my clown girl fighting game character? I bet there is one, but I can't immediately think of it. It's like gotta be one. Harley Quinn, yeah. Injustice. Sylvia Pala Pala. She's not a clown. I guess she is. When's KF15 coming out? That's like the next fighting game I'm looking forward to. However, I need to have a simultaneous PC release if I want to have a hope of playing online. That's pretty close now, I guess. I was about to say what that's forever, but it's kind of not. It's when PSO2 is coming out.
全然読めねえ9号
A
と
mere
いう
2 months,
し
it
か
will
分
be
かって
2020.
そうそのまま
Isn't it like a
ヘ
thing
ッド
that
絡むんじゃん
Sylvie
でその
wrote?
ままタックルが入るんだ
Ooh,
バ
got
ーン
hit.
ヘッドを
Sylvie
バッ
wrote,
ク後ろで出
what's
し
his
て
face? The
タックル
edgelord,
をや
same
る前に
guy.
ヒットした時間に
Sylvie wrote his bio or something like that. All of
そうそうそうちょっと上手くなってきた
all of
見分けをつけるのはね結構大変なんです
his
よね
bio stuff is written like it
それは
was
1だね
like
対あるある
written about him by someone else who asked him and didn't get very good answers.
豆知識あ米打とうとしてそのままインターしたことが何回かなるほどねスパチャの時ってことねニュートン大会で優勝すると BMW トクラがジュースをおごってくれます
Like one of his likes was bullying people or something like
何
that.
トクラ君って BMW なの
Where it was like seems to like bullying people.
土佐鶴飲みながら
Got him. No, it didn't get him. Not quite in time. That's pretty much nail in the coffin, I feel. That's an unblockable.
リリアンはどなたもしやのルーリアンあルーさんかルーさんですかルーさんだって
Yeah, it's fun. I remember seeing a post of people talking about waiting for Grand Blue on one of my old videos. I looked at the upload date on the video and it was 8 months ago. Has it been that long?
あそうなんだトクラ君って BMW 乗ってるんだ
It was like season 4 patch notes for some character in SF5. It was like, should I like play this? Or like, oh, I'll finally go back to this. And then it was like, don't bother if you do that. And then the guy was like, oh, I'm just waiting for Grand Blue.
やはり違ったか
That was weird. Him went for what I think was an anti-air parry.
やはり違っ
And
たか
then went to blocking once no attack happened. And Urian just landed it into nothing. EX mirror, I mean EX fireball against that mirror was pretty dangerous to do because if Urian backed up or jumped or something, the EX fireball would have gotten reflected. It still gets reflected by the high mirror.
富永さん、
But
一
even
陸
if the
どっちの
fireball
つ
gets
かみ男
reflected,
に
it's
捕
usually
ま
not a
る
huge deal.
どう
It
いう
just
こっ
means
ちゃ
you have to deal with an EX fireball. You can parry it if you want to. It's just, you know, an EX fireball that gets reflected is objectively not very useful to spend your meter on. But he got Urian. If Urian's in front of the mirror, attacks will prioritize
コ
him.
パン対空ブ
Even
ロ
if
ーラ
he's
ルマー
like
クるの
kind
が
of
よくあ
visually
るね
behind it.
ブロってく
If
れ
you
る
hit
んだっ
buttons,
たら
they'll
て
hit
か
Urian before they hit the mirror.
これはね、じゃあ、話しとこうっていうか、
If you do hit the mirror, though, there's a little bit of hit stop.
コパン対空っ
And that can
て
be
ブロっ
really
てくれ
bad because
る
Urian can hit you while you're hit stopping with the mirror.
なんでかっていうと、
Hit stop is just like parry stop in that it freezes you and the thing you're parrying. Hit stop also freezes you and the thing you're hitting. There aren't that many instances of hitting a fireball in this game though. Most attacks, it's only like the moves that are programmed to destroy fireballs like Hugo's Clap and Alex's Slash. Oh fuck, they asked for that, or like they said that would be a thing, didn't they? Someone must have said yes and like not known what a Linux was. Someone must have not understood the question that was ever promised because I can't believe that was something they ever offered at any point. That was a really risky mirror to do. Very solid.
なんで、コパン対空を1、2回ブローあれたら、まあ2回ぐらいかな。ブローあれたらさっさと他のタックをかけるのが理想です。
strong toggle. Usually see stand forward just because it reaches farther. And they both work. Is that true? I was gonna say I would have thought it would be the other way around. I would have thought if you could make it work on Windows, Linux would be easy or something. I don't know. It's more like I would have thought that if you could make it on Linux, it would be easier on this stuff. I don't know what the fuck I thought. I wonder there's someone out there who's only got a fucking Linux system at home. Cool. Oh. Okay. Trying to be cute. I know this. This is a Unix system. Wasn't that the line? I don't remember.
From USA. Hello.
I don't know anything about Linux. I know it's very minimal, so it's used for like routers and stuff which don't need to have a user interface. And I also know that it's like open source, I think like completely right. That's about it. I've used a couple Linux computers in college and like computer labs. They got like terminals and stuff. I guess Raspberry Pis are probably Linux, right? Or I guess you probably install a bunch of stuff on them, but all the ones I've ever had pre-installed like Linux.
www やつが来たか、やつ来ましたね。
Nice. Oh, terrible. Hard DP from Ken recovers disturbingly fast, given that it's a hard DP. It's obviously still quite punishable. But, like, if you don't punish it pretty fast, Ken will land and recover. Most of his recovery frames are midair, so hitting him on the ground is kind of annoying. It's, like, easier than punishing a Blanca up ball, but only barely.
Ashika-san, please take your time. そう言うんだ。Please enjoy it. あ、なるほどね。アメリカ木曜日の朝5時から8時。そうなんだ。
Oh, he had the TC there. Didn't see it. Oh, kind of awkward.
こんばんは、ワースト3といえば黒田さんですね。そうですね。
Ken is usually seen as Yun Sports
めちゃくちゃ
matchup.
強いですよ。
Not that it's really a bad matchup. It's okay. It's pretty fair, honestly. If these were the only two characters in the game would be
こ
decently
のルールは
balanced.
2時。そんなに時差あんのね。
Penis. The penis
あれ
game.
?You 引退 ?You 引退。なるほど。
Nice.
こっちが CP。
A lot of
あ
Yuns
あ、な
don't
るほ
fuck
ど
with
ね。
that confirm just because it's so unsafe to drop. That looked bad. That was standing Yun. And it was not even that meaty. I love seeing the whiff stand strong towards Fierce Kara. Oh, that was the wrong hit, I think. I think he wanted that dash punch to hit right before the thing ran out. Nice confirm. Chap short for whatever reason.
8さんに憧れて剣使い始めました。
Very scary, very scary. Oh, light DP.
え、
No
そうな
respect.
の？剣はやめた方がよくない？
Hitbox on light DP is great.
ユリアンとかの方が良くないですか？
I've definitely seen people that radiate bottom energy.
お、鳥羽さんだ。
Well, SF4 footage is good.
え、今週は来ない
The
と。
only thing is I don't like watching pre-ultra versions for some reason. So whenever I watch like AE 2012 or like AE and I see like Fei Long and AE, I'm like, If I watch any footage except Ultra, it feels like an incomplete game. I don't know if I would say that Candle radiates bottom energy now.
今体験し
Probably
まし
wouldn't say
た。
that.
なるほどね。お疲れ様ですね。鏡ですよ、鏡。14。じゃあ、
Nice. And that was a punish.
職場に着い
Very
た
well
の
done.
は朝の7時から8時ぐらいってこと？
Power bottom was the line from that
あ、違う、
that
7時10分ぐらいって
4chan
こと
post.
か。1
That conversation screenshotted where it was like, what the hell is a power bottom? And it's like, why don't you Google it? It's like, I don't want Google to think I'm gay.
RX に憧れてユリアン使い始めたけど、ああいう動きはできそうにない。ああ、難しいで
I
すよ
saw
ね。
that and I was like, what is a power bottom? And then I looked it up and now I know.
ないです。お疲れ様です、本当。
Scary for Yun. Yup, because of that. He wanted to use his Gane effectively, but also like Ken knew when he was going to approach and had a good idea of how he was going to approach.
あ。東西線エントリーしてない方いらっしゃいませんか？そろそろ始めま
Let's
す
jump
よ。
jab, I think,
そ
but
ろ
he
そ
didn't
ろ
do it
始
towards
めま
Fierce.
すよ。
It's free damage there.
エントリーしてない方いらっしゃいませんか？
Rare footage of Yun using an EX move. Oh, that was it. He got the combo. He could have dash punch. He didn't believe. Dash punch picks up here, I think. Nope, corner only.
難しいんだけどネタがわかんないよ。
Nice light DP.
フロッターとに
Ooh, that's actually safe on parry if Yun, or rather Yun can cancel it right away into something else abusing Gane. So Ken made the wise decision to parry and then immediately shift the block. You can do something invincible there. You can parry and do something invincible. Yun can cancel to any attack, but he can't cancel the blocking, I think. That's a good question, isn't it? It's challenging the definition of what a bottom is. That was like the same exact punish from the same exact... This is like exactly how the last round started. Power bottom is like when you're a top literally, but a bottom culturally. Oh, the medium kick with.
グーさん、陣内からのめくりだ。いつの間に後ろに、ただのハメ
A
です。
bottom semantically.
無事北熊にあった。東西ないと思って帰っちゃった。え、そういうこと？
Oh, that was supposed to be light shoulder.
すいません、
He got light
ちょっ
dash
と
punch,
始
I
め
think.
たの遅くて。
That's not bottom energy. You have to do that. I backdash every single time Yun has Gane and I'm not next to him.
相手の頭にないときにできると強いんですけどね。
Or maybe doing something you have to do is bottom energy.
だって値上げできなくないですか？円どうやってまで。
When Gane is up, Yun is always the top.
はい、信頼の対戦はどなたですか？何？
Oh, he dropped the combo from the
入場料
command grab. That was pretty shitty.
入場料取んのか。
Whoa, psycho tactics. Waiting is so uncommon. Or waiting is very common, but you usually do something while you're waiting. For example, whiffing normals or crouch blocking. Or walking back and forth. It's very weird to see someone literally just put down the fucking stick. And just sit there. Oh, hitboxes. Neither of them got hit. That's weird. I thought that jump fierce would hit, and I thought the up kick would hit.
そうなの？レトロゲーは初めて聞いたけど、そうなの？入場料制にすればいい、確かに。そうなんですかね。
Sorry, Kendall, but all people who play them's fighting herds are furries. I didn't want you to hear it from me. Oh, Rivals of Aether as well. Akuma's one of my favorites. Akuma's a great character for showing off. And when he gets mauled hard too, so that's satisfying. It's really hard to chase a teleport. Most characters struggle with it. Yana's one of the best characters at chasing things across the screen. And he looks like he did manage to get it. That one he couldn't.
ナオミ基盤のゲームはレトロゲーム。ナオミはレトロじゃないですか？レトロゲームは食べ物説。そうなのかな？
Bronies not necessarily furries. What are you talking about? The Venn diagram's a circle. This is the persona I saw. It's a metaphor for my extremely reticent lifestyle. Reticent, the right word there.
そうなの？そろそろやるべよ。
I think being a furry is probably having a fursona. I think that's the big start. Reticent. Not revealing one's thoughts or feelings readily. That's not the right word. I wanted something more like lazy and like... not introverted, but... what's the word? Well, I give up. I can't think of it. Look at that stay medium kick to build meter and move himself a little bit forward. I'm gonna say no. I think a lot of people would say yes to that. I don't think they're like good people or anything, but I would hesitate to use the word furry for Rule 34.
なんかそこら辺の普通のゲーセンよりずっといいですよ、ここは。ニララは。それから昔ここにはビートストリームも置いてあったんですよね。
Oh, he just missed on the... no, he didn't even just miss on the meter. Alright. TC into shoulder, into super in 3, 2, 1. Whoa, nice! Look at that little exchange, that was funny. Yan still had all that fucking upward momentum. It was beautiful. Jump back strong, I think.
ゲージの8%から10%へ。それは、
I remember that was the thing. That seems to be pretty much gone, or at least not as big as it was. I remember when everyone would like, it's like, oh, furry's the guy who wants to fuck his dog. That was like the big perception back then.
Oh. そういえば俺さっき聞き忘れたけど、鳥羽さんさすがに間に合わないっていうか来れないですよね。まだ見てっかな。
Imagine being a young player and losing to a 12. I knew it was clopping.
ファイナルはさすがにプライ
I
ベートで
remember
持
when
ってる
that
人が
fucking
多い
term
でしょ
came up. I remember when it was made. This is not a real Yun. Where's the real Yun? This is a fucking fake Chun-Li. When did the words start?
安定しすぎ
Okay, that looks like a real Yun, perhaps.
多いでしょ俺もそう
You're in luck, because there's a 12 on the screen.
スト3とキャップ S しかできないと言っても俺
I
は
remember
サービス
when
ができ
My
ない
Little Pony Season 1 came out. Fascinating watching the phenomenon unfold. I watched the show a little bit. It was cutesy, but like I couldn't like keep it on straight.
というか
I don't know, like I had to like keep pausing it.
安定行動があんまりない
Can't explain it. It's like I couldn't watch too much at once. I would just feel bad.
あと5とか4とかまでやると
I felt dirty watching it.
やっぱりなんていうか距離ゲーになるからそれはあんまり好きじゃないんで距離ゲーというか間合いゲーサードもそうなんだけどなんかハローケン
It's just a moa starring fucking cartoon horses. It's a Western moa.
西日暮里 VS ですね
I haven't tried in ages.
ムルムルさんもリ
I
ー
used
ダ
to
ーそうです
not be able to watch Sailor Moon straight when I was fucking a kid. But
また負けそう
now I think I'd have a much easier time.
前回は割と大丈夫だったような気がするんだけど
Anyway, the fucking community. I'm not even gonna lie. The community was the thing that really made it. Back when it was like an underground weird thing.
Very unexpected English comment
It was weird because the memes would get spread around so quickly.
推薦です
So like everyone had like the same exposure. Things would just get decided by like certain people, and then it would just become true around everyone. Yeah, like what's it? Cupcakes, something like that. There was like a fanfic that someone wrote about fucking Pinkie Pie killing the other ponies and like making them into cupcakes, and it was like the shock. It was like the shock site of that community. It was like the thing you link your friend.
順番に取っていきましょうか。
使う俺ら変えていいの
The My Little Pony version of Lemon Party.
いやこのコミケは無理でした都合によりじゃあ行きますか最初はグーじゃんけんぽいよしトミニー
富永さん。
The jump cancel, and then you just got hit.
トミニーこれを負ける
そうだな、じゃあ俺どれ取るわ。
I've heard that the actual video that Meat Spin is, the person on top is a transsexual person.
フェイスさん
春麗欲しい。
I feel like I might have at some point seen the video. Just like linked to me like, hey, this is it. I found Meat Spin,
じゃんけんぽいあ
but I don't remember anything about it.
じゃあ、アナゴさんもらおうかな。
It's not my particular variety of porn.
じゃあ俺はマッチして
マツさん。はい。
Didn't Jabali have like trans porn or something on his fucking phone? What was the thing with that? I don't even remember.
ガーン
He had like some weird fetish porn, like outed.
あーじゃあ風呂で プロで。
プロ。プロ。
I'm not even gonna judge, honestly. I think that's great. Be great if we could all be more open about those things.
じゃんけんぽい。あいこでしょ。
Yeah, Jan had such an awkward scenario there because he had to anticipate X.
なんかトリッキーなの欲しいな。D5 さんもらいます。
D5 か。取りたかったんだ。D5。じゃあ、じゃあ、ミスタードーナツで。
ミスドさん、はい。
あ、これ。
I wish people could just be more reasonable.
最初はグー、じゃんけんぽい。あいこでしょ。あいこでしょ。
Oh.
あいこでしょ。あいこでしょ。
Aiko Desho.
よし。
That was a lot of them.
じゃあ、麻婆
That's what you do if you get a tie in Jonken.
じゃあ、山さん。
So they had a bunch of ties in a row, I
持って
guess.
きますね。
最初はグー、じゃんけんぽい。あいこで。あ、俺
カチカチ。
あ、そう。チョキに見えた。じゃあ、
For me, it's softcore Lolly
た
Yuri.
くさん。
タックさん。
And no undressing because that would be too lewd.
タックさん。そうだな。じゃあ、ジュニアさんもらおうかな。
ジュニアか。ユーロか。体になってない。最初はグー、じゃんけんぽい。あ
よし。
あ。2回しか
I wonder they're deciding, like, I wonder what the fuck they're deciding. I was always under the impression that, I don't know if it works like you choose your team. Oh, the EX needle. I didn't know 12 had time to do that. 12 can do an action after his back throw. Ken can do that. Wara does that. I can do it all the time.
ですね。
Hand holding, but the hand holding is censored. Yep. That's it.
最初はグー、じゃんけんぽい。
お、
じゃあ、バルニャンさんでね。
これバルニャンさんか今3回が残り。
え
じゃあ残り2つだもんね。
まあ、じ
じゃあバル
ゃあバルニャン
ニャンそっちで。はい。
I had pasta just today. Homemade.
で終わりです。
はい。じゃあ、決まりました 2P チーム、自分の名前書いていい
あ、そうですね。
Everyone will see my dick once the scandal comes
じゃ
out.
あ 2P チーム、富永、マッチ、フルオ。なんだっけ、
ミスタードーナツ。
What will the eventual
ミス
bath
タード
scandal
ー
be?
ナツ、山、タックス、
It'll be me having autism like it already was.
で、バルニャン。
By the way, I don't have autism. He got the jump around house stand forward. He had a super there. He didn't take it.
麻婆豆腐、ジュニア、山源、今 2045X ムルムルです。さあ決まりました。じゃあ順番。
That was so low. These are actually really hard dashes to react to. Air dashes. Oh!
順番はね、決めていきましょう。
It's me, I'm encouraging them.
あー、コップかもしれない。いつもありがとうございます。
Oh, that was nice. EX Needle anti-air into stamina now struggle. EX Needle I think is actually safe on parry, unlike something like Electricity from Necro, because you're parrying the needle and not in 12, especially because 12 has low profile for most of the recovery. Nice pickup. He missed the car dash punch. Ah, that's unfortunate.
来週もこれない。
This is 2 hours in level of
大人
discourse,
ってい
isn't
ろいろあ
it?
るからね。
This is normally where the conversations turn after we've been up for a while.
いや、そうじゃないんだけど。
We've already done all the third strike discussion for the night.
あー、でも来年はそのなんていうか引っ越し中だから、引っ越し中だからあなた来年は来年も来ないんだけど、うん、まあ来年のコミケ、あーまあ
Bath and Chat
夏コミなんだけど
gone
それは
sexual.
ゴールデンウィークにやるんだけど、
Art
俺はそうちょう
18
ど
plus.
その間に引っ越しとるから、それはちょっとまあ無理かなと。
Nice punish on the light Tatsu. It can be annoying to punish that. It's not actually too bad on block. It's like -7 or something, -8. It whiffs on most characters
ボンバが豪気。
if they're crouching. It's like higher hitbox than the other Tatsus. Akuma's absolutely definitely a virgin, and we've had that discussion a bunch of times. There's literally no doubt. Let's not forget that Akuma's theoretically
柔らかいも
homeless.
両方でしょ。
Probably smells like shit.
いやいやいや、本名全然違う。っていうか、水の由来もちょっとなんか中二病っぽくて。当時はもっと長かったんですけどね。水に短くしただけ。単純でいいし。っていうか、俺はドイツ人やからウォールガスとかないでしょ。
And Bison being trans is almost my headcanon, to be honest. He's just got a hella sus fucking collection of replacement bodies. And the rose thing doesn't help either. I like the idea that M. Bison is actually extremely old. Don't know if they'll ever canonize it. The SF2 body not being his, or even the Alpha body not being his original body.
怒られちゃう。怒られちゃう。
That first throw missed, it was a regular throw. Again leans way forward for his command grab. Ooh, it won. EX up kick has a pretty shitty hitbox for Yan. It won't even hit most crouching characters.
弱いでしょ。1年半間ぐらい。いや、
Ed's a dude, but Falk is not.
去年から全然やってないから。
いやでも1年半の人が使うような
I feel like Falk is just like
それはそうでしょ。
Ed's design,
でも
but
息吹可愛い
better.
でしょ。
And I don't even think she's better because she's a woman, although that does help because the clothing looks a lot fucking nicer on her than him.
かわいいかわいい
まあ、可愛いかな。
It's like Ed had to be a boy because like he already appeared in the end
そこが
cutscene.
またいい。
いいっすねおっと落としちゃった
They should have just never had
では
that.
試合開始までしばしお待ちくださ
They
い
should have had a skinny Ed. I firmly believe that. Would have been a better
可愛
design
いで
for
し
him.
ょ。実際。
I don't mind the Ed we got. I feel like the default costume is not his best costume. The one where he's wearing the sleeveless hooded thing,
日焼けで。
with the sleeveless hoodie thing
なんか
guy.
色々バレそう。
Um,
なるほどないや水産の趣味が
that
入ってます
is
けど
probably my favorite outfit
あ
for
いい
him.
でしょ、別に。
Looks pretty good on him.
もう触った時から息吹使おうって決めたんですか
まあ、だって、まあ、比嘉さんの影響が大きいかな。
あ比嘉さんに憧れて息吹使ってる
そうそうそう。
あなるほど
まあ、比嘉さんの
That
息吹
stand
は
jab he got hit out of looks super
洗練
weird.
されて
ああはいはいはい
When is ukulele? It's after banjo
なん
GBA.
か取れそうにない動きしてるから。
ああなるほどなるほどねちょっと前の
Banjo
配信
GBAs
で
eventually.
息吹少ねえな
It's
って
after
話して
Riviera
たんで
finishes, and Riviera is
いや
never
来
gonna
てくれ
finish.
て
I can play Riviera
全
tonight
国
actually.
息吹使いが喜んでると思い
I got a
ま
lot
す
of free time.
弱いからね。
Chris is a pretty neat character in KOF. I think he was the actual one, right? He's not just one of the
アレックス
heavenly
誰か来てくれると僕
gods
嬉
of
しいですけどね
fucking Orochi or whatever. He's actually like the new body for
あいつ
Orochi.
はまあ、お
I don't remember if that actually went through though. I don't remember if Orochi was actually revived in Chris's body.
アレ
or
ッ
if-
クスは本当なんかド M で性格悪いやつしか使わないような
Orochi just
あ
came
でも
back
二
and
年
Chris
前
was like
確かに
hi or
なんか
what.
3人程度は来てたんでしょ
ああまあまあまあまあ結構昔の動画見るとね
ああ
いらっしゃったかなって感じですけど
I don't know what the fuck's going on there. I know that Leona's dad, Shermie, Yashiro, and Chris.
はいじゃあ東西戦
Vice
始
and
めていき
Mature.
ますワンピー
What's his face? Goin- Goinitz or whatever? I don't remember his name.
いや違うでしょ俺でしょ
そうか水産
And there's like someone else. There's 8 of them.
じゃあ入ってくる
2P 水産ワンピー山源さんお願いします
When did the words start?
10月3日のと
Oh wait, we're already in. It's a fucking Ibuki.
さあ始めていきましょ
I
う
like
10月
Ibuki. I've
3
been
日の東西
looking at her a lot more ever
戦
since Bunga started playing this
ですねよ
game.
ろしくお願いしますパフパフどんどん
バフバフ
先方ははるばる
I I gotta
海を渡っ
reclaim
て
my
きたスイ
title.
さんと
I didn't come in
いらっしゃい
first last time it went to net fights.
お土産、そうだ、スイ
I
さんのお
was
土産
too
お土
lax.
産あります。
危ねえ危
Although,
ね
to be honest, if the
お土産
scenario
ね
comes up again, I'll probably do exactly the same thing.
はい。
本日の提供は全く読めないんですけど
I feel bad though, because I knocked myself out of $10.
ストロック
But it was
ス
like
トッ
fun
ク
having
ス
it
ト
be
ッ
all
ク社
close.
のこれって
He's gone 2 and 3 against me before, and he got the 2 immediately.
言ってたか
So I
な
was like a
ト
bit
ッフィーのお
overconfident
菓子で
because
す
he definitely could beat me, and that time he did.
スーパーうまいって言ってたよハードル上げすぎだよね
ね会社名もさ、成分
ハイエースイさん
KFL.
ああ、早い、終わってた。
はい、
I definitely was sandbagging when I
次
picked
バルニャンさん、2P お願いし
Elena,
ます
but when I was playing Oro, I was actually trying.
2P バルニャンさんお願いします。
全部チームに託そう
Hugo, I guess.
俺は信じてるから
I'm doing them in the order that I got, that I unveiled them for
いやなん
Bev
かいつ
Cups.
も山源さん、なんか先方で出てる動画多いなくらいに思ってたけど、いやー
So I'm trying to get
合わせ
like
て
fun.
お願いします
When I did those, I tried to get gameplay variety first and like fun characters. You know. Yeah, Hugo's next.
さあ、地方2人目
After that, I need to double check because I don't remember who would be
両方
after.
神体質ですね
I saved all the really hard characters for last, thankfully for me.
お、ナイスブロー。竜巻から小足波動で距離取ってレミーの時間
レミの時間終わった
レミーの時間終わった。はいえお、対空で落としてルグレは残空で落とされる。
This is probably a pretty shit
友人
matchup.
ガードしてる素晴らしいですね。
I really gave it much
ディー
thought.
プなとは何もないよ。ちょっと落ち着いてますね。堅実に行きましょうあ、ルグレが
Yeah, Tiak and Omega
距
is
離を取る
maybe the strongest
落
grappler.
とされる
あ当たった
ですよね。
It's hard to say.
死にますよね、そりゃ。でもな、
まあね
なんだろう。
Those are just my impressions, though.
知らなくても
We don't have a real actual tier list.
いって
いってすがいお、にらめっこ竜巻ガードしている
He's just a lot better than his Ultra version is really the key. And I may be overcompensating that. I feel like Zangief is falsely high tier in SF4 in Ultra. It's not. It's like It's not that he's actually like secretly a bad character. It's just that he's a lot of him being good is based around EX and Red Focus. And when you take that away, which Omega does, he's nowhere near as strong even before all the stuff that's worse. Of course, there's a lot of stuff that's better. It's hard to ignore just how fucking high. Wow, low parry there. It's hard to ignore just how high Zangief's damage is.
で戦うのも難しい。なかなかになんかトリッキーなキャラクターですけれども、
なんか慣れてそ
慣れてそうですね。立ち回りがいいですね。
Close roundhouse.
まあ、
Huh?
同期が相手だったら、まあ、例の耐久力の低さとスタンゲージの短さね、これを
I personally prefer the grapplers who are less grappling.
してしまうのが
oriented.
同期なんですが、
But yeah, the less reliant you are on your grapple, the more consistent you are. And generally speaking, consistency equals goodness.
S543 ゲージは1本半に対して山源さんゲージなしと。エレクアバレ
当たった
当たりたくね
Nice
え。
catch.
大パンが伸びる。バイパー落とされて、
Necro gets like repelled. Ooh, the big damage back throw.
で緊急ですね
Necro gets repelled if you parry one of his air drills. And that makes punishing them super weird. And it makes getting both parries super weird. Depending on the version of the drill and depending on the height he connects with you, that will affect the timing of the second parry. And it can be quite close or quite far away from the first
あ
parry.
っという間になくなってしまいましたね
さあ次、2P 側タックスさんお願いします。
なんか最初は遠距離
If a character can fall back on just like neutral,
後ろから聞こえタックス
the grappler can fall back on neutral. That makes him so much less volatile.
いやタックスさん1番手っつったらなんか5、6人は潰しちゃいそうですよ。
4人目です4人目です
There's a reason that Birdie's had a lot more success than Zangief in SF5. Well, there's a few, but like,
SA は
I would say that neutral is probably one of the biggest.
合気戦はなんかね、僕から見たところなんか SN なんでもいいんじゃねえか
The
な。
fact that Birdie can play like Zangief's, basically Zangief's same mix-up game.
そうですね。やっぱ
But,
グレードの減りね、威力をちょっとね。
he doesn't have to,
と
but Zangief has to.
が刺さる刺さる。
逃げる
逃げる逃げる。
Birdie can hang with almost the whole cast, just fucking with his attacks, with his
ま
normals.
た逃げる
また逃げる。
追い詰められない
これだるいな。
And it's not like his command grab is bad, it's quite good.
投げて
He gets some really good damage, especially in
なんか
VT1.
出たんだけど中継で潰されて
It's got okay
山田
range.
さん一本取ってき
It's
ま
not
す
horrible.
さあお互いゲージは1本。開幕そんなね、お互い
Same speed, I'm pretty sure. 5 frames versus 5 frames.
やっぱり逃げる
おお、バレ
Nice.
ットで
That is a lot of dizzy. Ooh.
Oh
Oh no, that EX would have
あ
been so
やっ
good.
ちゃった
That EX would have been into a juggle, theoretically, if this lane actually hit a combo.
それでもこれあー
And that juggle would have done
出
most of Akuma's
ちゃ
dizzy.
ったスクラッチ。コアコアメッパで
I've never minded
突然目は
defensive
すがいいガードしてる。
Akuma, but Aura was one of the best characters at fighting it, so.
あいって竜巻竜巻最後は
No, no, I can make those videos super fast. It's just based on what else I'm
そろ
doing.
そろ誰かに止めてほしいんですけど
They're both fun to make, and I can make one in a day.
スーピー山さんお願いします。スーピー山さんお願いします。ポーがいいんじゃね。
で山さん対山ゲン
It'd be nice if I was compensated for him, but
皆さん
whatever.
ご存知山さんでございます。
I'd like to eventually hit the whole cast. It's fundamentally something that not a lot of people like
山対山
have to care about, you know.
どっちの山
It's like, yeah, it's interesting to watch them, but they're like, you know, no one's out there playing the game except us, and only some of us.
うわー
投げて
判定が強い
すがいい
判定が強い
おっと壁入れ替わって
サイダー
Not that many people have actually asked why you're doing this. I expected that question a lot, but it's only been a few.
投げだと投げが機能する
I did upload them on the Shoryuken channel because I got paid for making them. I like asked the guys at Shoryuken, I was like, would you want these on the Shoryuken channel? And they were like, yeah. But now that I'm not, I'm just like,
待っているそうですね
whatever. I could probably do it on both, but I feel kind of weird just putting simultaneous uploads on 2 different channels where most people are sub to one or sub to the other. Probably at some point in the future, I'll take every single Shoryuken one and just put them all on my own channel.
大慶壊しで山さん勝利ゲージもあるよ
In fact, I should make like stealth uploads of all the ones I have.
なんでしょうかねなんかそ
あ
の
そうですね
消えるのは
ねメッパまで使うべきだったのかなそうちょっとよくわからないです
I don't know, like, if I make a video for money for like another channel and then I fucking,
大慶ブロック
I don't know if I can ever put it on my channel, you know, even like way
ま
later.
た投げる
It feels like I'm stealing like their future views. I didn't ask Utex when I put the MVCX, I mean MVC, what the fuck, MKX video
山さんが
series I did on my channel.
うわ
I just did it one day.
ありえねえ減り方したあつかマジかやりたくねえな12
I'm not getting paid, but the ones I initially did, I was getting paid.
というわけで山さんの山の方が高いということ
Those
で
are clicks and ad bucks for Shoryuken Tube, which is for Shoryuken. All the ones I'm releasing now, I could release on my channel at the same time.
これ
And
で
in
も
fact, it would be really good for me to release them on my
Yeah,
channel
Blue
first, so I get
Sun
extra
is,
clicks on them. But it's only like 1,000 some per
さあ
video. It'd be a bit more if it was
ワ
on
ン
my channel.
2人
Not
目
like
リー
way
ダー
more.
ムルムルさんですね
I should like ask. Because it's really like my signature. No one else cares about Omega except me, you know.
あーまあそうですね山さんじゃなかったですけどそうですね12アレクは結構伝統の一戦でしたね
ですね
さあ12が逃げ
If
たい
I
逃げ
put
た
them
い
on my channel, I feel like no one watched them on Shoryuken Tube.
初
I
め
do
攻
want
撃
Shoryuken
受け
Tube
た
to
ら
have
一瞬
more
で死んじゃいます
subs.
からね
It's up to 15k now, which is kind of nice.
さあ
コアコアうまいんですよね
My channel's been
Yeah.
at 2 point or 22k for a long time.
さあムルムルさんちょっと嫌
It's
になってま
almost
す
at
これ
23k.
ちょっと嫌になってます
頭振ってる
I got to 20k pretty fast.
あれ
Ooh,
Kaku.
anti-air medium kick into
出
jump
る
cancel.
ダメ
But once I got to 20k, it slowed down really hard.
ぶん投げるこれね置き詰め取れないのが辛いんですよね
うわうわ
小足が当たらんね
というか判定が
Yeah, most people are not even, well,
後ろに
again,
下がる
this
か
is
ら
one of those things
コア
I
職
don't
人
know how much I can talk about it.
激ムズコンボです
Most people don't seem to be doing any sort of work for Shoryuken anymore, and it's a bit questionable whether they're officially still employed.
死にはしない。
Shoryuken was like 20, 30 people when I got hired on, and I got hired on with like 10 other
厳し
people.
い。いって。
うわ
もう、ああ、うまい。
これは
それはうまい。
死
死なないね。
Yeah,
あー、パ
quite a
ワー
solid
ボム
mix
だ
up there.
ね。
とんでもない逆転でしたね
I'd have anticipated Karko, but it was regular ass command grab. I think a lot of people are like, you know, I'm not getting paid. Why would I do anything?
何もないんだよ
And
ね
it's a shame because there aren't that many people left who wear Shoryuken as a passion project. I don't know if Shoryuken has its own Discord, but it definitely should.
ジャンプだけ。い
I
て。
should like go to the Shoryuken Slack and be like, hey, do we have a Discord? And also, should I make one?
ああ、肘。ダッシュしたら結構不利なんじゃない
Because like, you know, it's late to the fucking, you need to evolve with the times, and Discord is the current times.
どうなんの。
あジャンプできない
いい。追い詰められてる。
Shoryuken could really
さあ
use like a
やってま
fucking
す
weekly tournament series,
お疲れ様でし
like
た
the。BAF Cup. But you know, a bit more professional.
キャラ差。
Maybe with a fucking dollar reward.
はい次は
I think a lot of people would enter a web tournament if there was a reward
お願いします今
of any
さん
monetary value. Like a $30 or something. If it's free entry and you can win $30, it's like why wouldn't you enter?
いやいいもやし
Fucking do it.
そうですねいいもやしでしたやだあのもやし さああんだけ、山源さんが稼いでくれた保険が
Round start hard DP here.
早速1枚削られましたけどさあ次今
It wouldn't have worked, it would have been
204
shitty.
お願いしますさあケン12ということで強キャラ対弱キャラ対決になりますけどどうなんでしょうか昇竜拳出てしまっ
これしか
た
ない
投げて消える
The name of the game in this matchup is don't get hard DP'd.
何でもやっ
It's
ちゃう
far easier said than
リエクス
done.
マイで落として消え
Oh,
る
he had a juggler, maybe.
わかんねえ
Jump in Tatsu is really horrible against 12. Jump in EX Tatsu is as well.
動いてなかったね今
It's because of 12 walks, he'll low profile and probably not get hit by it.
もやしブロッキングしてるうまい
It's already hard to hit a short standing character with air Tatsu.
消えてからも
Hitting a low profile
全部
character is
そういうのす
either
ごいんですよね
ridiculously hard or impossible.
お中継に昇竜拳入れてる怖い技振るいたくね
当たる
え大剣昇竜拳で落としてかかと落としガードしてる
You're trying to tell me that 12 was voiced by a
も
human?
やしは飛び越えてきたが陣雷出ちゃったか2ドルあるんです投げないよ
Wasn't there like a gag in
しか減らない悲しい
they had a gag about who voiced Helper in Venture Bros in like the credits every episode.
壁まで追いやって壁から出した
But I forget what the gag was.
これしかない
壁
悲しい
大計2ドル思ったより減った山さん勝利
やってくれますね
かっけえさあ続きまして D5 さんお願いします D5 さん 1P お願いします嫌そうだね
Is Venture Bros still going? That was my favorite show for a while. But then after I lost cable, I forgot about it.
さあ苦笑いから始まりま
It's
した
so
D5 さん
continuity based, and there's
さあ
still so many
おそらくテレビ慣れ
questions.
してないことでしょう
What the fuck is the Monarch's relationship with Dr. Venture?
かなり
Only
珍
been
しい組み合わ
addressed
せですけど
a couple
ま
times
ず
ever in the
地元になん
series,
か12って言います
despite being one of the most lingering and ongoing things.
サードないんですよ
ああそうなのマジでサードがまずね
だってドイツにはゲーセンないんですよ
ああそうなんだこっちじゃないとできないんだ筐体でやりたかったらさあ大剣道として下はガード下ブロッキングしてる大剣刺さるほえ
Must be nice being able to hang with 12 in neutral.
まあお互い立ち回り
Sibling?
すごく
They
悪
look
くないですよ
related.
結構じりじりと
Childhood friend, maybe.
離れてないしあマレットの後なんも
I don't think we technically have any lore on what happened to Dr. Jonas Venture Sr.,
いろいろ
but there's a couple hints.
さあお互いゲージマックスを
In that orb
距離を
episode,
意識したじ
they
りじりが
almost
ね
confirmed
続
it,
い
I
たせい
think.
でたまりに
But
溜ま
then
ってます
didn't.
対空ニードル大剣見てからでしたね
And you know they've hinted at things before that weren't the way anything like the way
壁
that
から出さないスタイル
that actually happened.
おっと壁入れ替わって
Remember Victory Echo,
大パ
Victor Echo November, the episode where Phantom Limb calls a hit on
投げは
the
飛
Venture
んで
Bros,
投げる
Venture Family. Oh, that was EX Metal Smash getting hit.
死んだよね
That looked like a punish even on an empty jump. That was quite strong, that timing. Anyway, in that episode, there's 3 different renditions of the origin of Phantom Limb and Billy Quiz Boy. And the Monarch, the one that the Monarch gives,
珍しいけど
ends up being the actual one, although it doesn't show the way he depicts it. Everything he describes when describing it
が強いんじゃないです
is
山さんが強いんです
what actually happened,
山さんが圧倒的に強いんです
which is kind of funny because they gave 3 different like storylines. It turns out the Monarch actually knew.
ブレイブヘル
終わりちゃった
リープにはバックステしてるおっと
わ危ね
It's neat when they like kind of like low-key reveal something and then like, because in the episode it was treated like you have no idea which it is of the 3,
最
最
強
強
but then they canonized the Monarch's
お願いし
version.
ますワンピーフェイスさん
I'm not sure you can call that foreshadowing.
あれがまあでもさすがに
Oh no.
これねなんだ
First they sent the Ken, then they send the Elena, now they're sending the Chun-Li.
あーでも海外にはね12はそもそもい
They're
ない
here to
でしょ
bully this
ああ
12.
まあそうですね
これは多分慣れてないんじゃないかな
これは慣れてないにです
How was
け
that
れど
not
も
fierce
この
fierce?
最強キャラチュンリーというキャラ差で潰していくスタイルがちょっと見られるかもしれませ
Playing
ん
this matchup with Chun-Li is like half fierce and half
ちゃんと
move
勢
forward,
いないような
距離が
depending on what the 12 is on the ground in midair.
距離が
Oh, don't use that normal, what the fuck? If Chun-Li parried that and didn't get a huge punish, but if Chun-Li blocked that, if you block somewhere else, Chun-Li can
セルブ
super.
がリーチ長いからさお
わ
お
ーうまい
EX スパシパ
Literally
して
like any range, Chun-Li can reversal super and it punishes.
ただフェイスさんもうゲージ1本半もうすぐ溜まりますこのね溜まったゲージ
Stay around us is a super
耐
shitty
久
button to
力
hit
回
this
して
matchup
12
for
に
12.
ねバンバン使っていただきたい
Ooh, they're
赤
red.
ブロしてる壁いいよ投げ
赤ブロ
て
これからがチュンリーなんですよね
これからがチュンリーなんです
I'd you went.
いや
Said if you went.
中継で落として
I don't know.
投げられて壁
Play my normal ass self. Probably be pretty early in the roster.
差し返す
Don't know how well I do. Probably lose after one or a few. Anyway,
さあまたお互い距離を取る
all the players here are quite strong. But with the right matchup, I'm quite strong too. With the right matchup, I could probably go pretty far.
慣れてなさそ
慣れてないねこれは壊しお
う
おなんだそれ
削って
壊しで削っていくスタイル
であ
でもね
12 needs to
これ一発
not
入
commit
った
to
ら
anything, and also he would appreciate not being next to Chun-Li. Trying to play it real safe and lame.
じりじり
Oh, that was pretty scary.
勝ったと思うんだけど
Needled right as Chun-Li jumped in. That was
と
horrible.
思うんだけどまあ落ち着
Yup,
お互い
just
落ち着いて
being
くる
real
ということで
boring.
ここはこれ
Super good play right
そろ
now.
そろ削り圏内ですね
お投げて
で
Needle is looking really scary for
壁を
12 too.
挟む
Ooh, the jump jab. That was super
なん
scary.
だそれ
Oh, since I use pad, I would probably just not even be able to play.
あれなんだ
I would play really shitty
フライングアタック
because they're playing on a fucking arcade cap.
取ってよかった
次ジュニ
My
アさんお
Oro
願
on
いし
stick
ます
is pretty awful.
実況
ワ
は
ンピ
ムルムル
ー
と
ジュニア
スイ
いいです
で出てきたのはジュニアさんのヒューゴ
叫んでばっかの実況でごめんな
No, they give 12 a good matchup and he loses, mark my words.
5人目山さん着地には投
yelled
げて
again.
るジュニアさんはギガス
This is the one matchup where 12 is actually decent. Aside from maybe Sean. Sean versus 12 is probably pretty close actually.
よっしゃ
でマッチさんじゃなくてコニタン
12's super low damage and lack of combos versus Sean's general
進
shittiness.
化ですかね
いやー
大化ですかね
大人の需要ですね大人の需要でさあ山さん投げてこれもね
Real genuine
12
zoning.
火力不足に対してこの
Look at that, he got parried and Hugo still had no punish. Hugo picked like the best possible punish besides the lariat, and it didn't work.
15のこのパワー
Max range staying strong and safe on parry, huh?
ですね
Oh, look at that, that's so obnoxious. So 12, like, glides until he commits to something.
悪いんだが
So here he got a really low glide and it looks like he's going to be able to land and throw, or like land in low short or something like that. But he's actually just above the range where he'll land, like a few pixels above. So he won't. He's gonna like go down a bit and then go back up, and he glides for a super long time. So Hugo techs the imaginary throw, trying to catch the landing. But then 12 actually lands by doing an air normal
Wow.
and gets the combo. That was like perfect. That scenario was like super duper deadly. Considering it's on such a shit character, it's actually like really good for 12.
EX ニードルでダウン取って消える。
It's like Oro's jump stop mix up. Wow.
シュート入れてる。
Needle's super scary here though. Yeah, I was gonna say. Or like super 1.
ニードルで一本
Very difficult still.
取って山さんさすが。
It's like a Yoga Tower has the same thing. If you remember that move in Street Fighter 4.
半分以下にされるんで。
Once he actually gets it up,
これ12に近づくこれちょっと
Dawson
ね
has like an
見ものですね
immune feet and then like an immune body. Can only be hit in like the head. And also he's unthrowable.
ナイスブロック
But he can cancel it in like 1 frame.
中継も長い
He can literally throw and then he can throw you, and he was unthrowable 1 frame prior.
投げて
So if Dawson is next to you in Yoga Towering, he actually has like a pretty nice
山
mix
さん
up
ゲージ
going.
マックス消え
Where
る
if he throws before you, he throws, or if he throws after you, he throws you, and it's like you can't take it.
まあまあよかったよかった
Oh,
やっぱブルー
classic.
だ
You can jump out of that. It's not guaranteed.
怖いわこれ食らいたくないもん
まあでもゲージ上級から見ると
コパン壊しとかやった後ねパーム組ん
Think
だ
I
ろって
labbed that.
構えてたら
Ooh, got him midair. Super low. Kind of scary.
さあ開幕ニードル
You can lose hits if you get it too high, so you want to get it low, but you know if they land, they can block it. So it's tricky.
5割
そうで PA されたらもっと減らなくなると思うんでちょっとね積極的に狙っていきたいですよね
Nice, good confirm. You almost never see that one. It's very difficult to get that. It's not very difficult, but like the low short link is not free. It's an actual link and not a chain.
コアコアコアでございます
So stuff like repeated low shorts is
はい次
actually
は
like
マー
requires
モ
some
ド
precision.
ンさんお願いします
And he got it twice there.
山さん強え
Well, 2 instances of a bunch would be more accurate.
6人抜きですね
このまま山さんが全員
Tofu. That's how they write it.
さあ7
Tofu
人
sounds
目
pretty good
マ
right
ー
now.
モドンさん対5人目
I haven't had phones super long Vietnamese.
でもまたもや
That sounds really nice.
また最弱対最強で
I
す
forgot that was a thing I could go and get.
いろいろね山さんの凄さを見せていただきましょう
でも
I wonder how bad that is for you
そんな
calorie
の
wise.
関係ねえと
I bet
マーモ
it's
ドンさん
fucking
が
pure sodium.
めくれねえ姿勢低すぎる12姿勢低すぎる
波動拳も全然役に立たない
役に立たない
Are you asking about next or at all?
背が低いくせに奥行きもない
I predict Street Fighter 3 4th would be
それ
sooner.
だけで壁から
Maybe.
見えてたね中継出したの見てましたね絶対対空ニードルで1本取ってく
うまいとしか言えないう
まいとしか言えねえ
う
マジで
まいとしか言ってない
Ever, probably. It might not be interesting. It might be something like Ultra SF2, where it's like, hey, we just like we ported it and we added a character.
怖いんで飛ぶのが怖くなる
うまく回る
うまく前測ってる投げて壁消
Here's
え
Evil
る
Ken.
EX 竜巻は当たらないどこにいるんだあいた
そこにいた
すげえガードしてるね山さん硬いんだよガードうますぎなんだ
I
よ
think it would be fairly easy to add Gil to this game as a playable character.
さあお互い
You can turn the knobs down until he's balanced.
壁
攻める
He wouldn't be a super duper interesting character, but you know,
まあまあお
all
ー
his attacks are already in the game and stuff.
うまいうまいとしか言えねえあ
これは
繋がってない信頼生なんでまあヘリはこんなもんですが壁から出た
あ繋がらないあ
投げ
Rufus would be interesting because he would have literally no reason to ever universal overhead. Like at all.
くれねえこいつ投げて
Because a low dive kick would be very functionally similar.
よっしゃー竜
判定が強い
判定が
Except
強
the low
い
dive kick would be plus.
何してても負けですからね
Universal overhead would be minus
今の何出してても負けでしたからさあお互い一本取っていい勝負昇竜拳が刺さる怖く
Oh no, it whiffed.
発目当たってなかったんだ
How is he doing that kind of confirm anyway? Why is it 2 low shorts? What does the low jab fucking do that's
投げ
positive?
ていいよ壊し壊し
I think the idea is with jab short short, if they try to red parry the second hit high, the low short hits them low. But it's still like a really weird, I feel it's kind of like a bad confirm. Most chem players don't really fuck around with it.
剣ゲージがないからちょっと攻めにかける昇竜拳ブロってるお互いゲージないからなんかもうちょっと試合が長引きそうですねさあ昇竜拳を使ってしまって投げられて
Heavy DP
ま
would
だ
have
ま
been
だ
a
全
punish
然あります
actually.
よ全然ある消えちゃった
Punish. Yep. He saw it. He got
なんか出ちゃった消えちゃった
まあでも、あ、
やべ、これどうなるか分かりませんよ、こ
That's
れ。
the low dive, but he soared over Ken's head because Ken is pretty small and
さあ
crouching.
ね、昇竜、悪くないタクなんですが、あ
I didn't mention that, but when 12 is gliding like that low, he'll go over most characters. It was 12 he glided
ー、さあ次、アナゴ
into.
さんお願いします。ワンピー側。
の一人が
I can't stop yawning, I must be tired. It is but a mere 11:40. Anago. I don't recognize that name.
さあ、ワンピーさんはアナゴさんでブルー。
This strong 12 named Yama reminds me very strongly of Yamazaki. Yama and Yamazaki are almost certainly... Yamazaki is almost certainly just the last name of the player. And Yama is almost certainly just a nickname of the player based on an actual name that has Yama in it. I don't think Yama by itself is typically a last name, but there are a lot of last names with Yama.
スフィア
Um,
投げて、
they use different colors, but the playstyle is a little bit similar, and the skill level with such an unusual character is very rare.
これやっぱりその一撃に期待したい。大パンツ。
I doubt this is the actual Yamazaki, but it's funny to think that it could be.
うわ、スフィア打つ前に EX ニードルが刺さってしまった。
これはみんな慣れて
The
ないのかな
obvious answer to that question is fun.
まずね、前で勝てねえ。前の差し合いでは絶対勝てねえ。
12 is very active, he gets to play a lot. So even though he kind of sucks, you know,
タックル
but that crouch jab punish and it didn't kill.
あでもここからあるのは
Yeah, that was very easy to punish. In fact, the X needle is designed to beat attacks like that. It'll low profile fireballs. The fact that it low profile jumps is like incidental, I think.
投げてダッシ
It's
ュ見て
designed
る。
to win in a fireball war.
ヘッドバットはニードル
Nice confirm.
スパスパで落と
It
す。
does like no damage. That's like one of 12's main confirms. Look at it. Look at the actual damage. Granted, it's Geary in
ス
health.
パスパで落とすマンでニードル入れて投げて HP 半分。
Geary's like the third highest HP in the game, or the second highest.
おっと
I think the second highest.
投げる
投げる投げなんだよな。
なんで
ナイスブロッキング斜め張りで。おっと飛んでる読んでるね。
Despite his taunt defense boosts, Q actually has a completely ordinary amount of
ナイス
HP,
ブロッキング。
same as the Shotos.
エイジス張っておーいあれだけで減
Or
る。
rather, the same as Ryu and Ken, since Sean has less and Akuma has less
カ
still.
クカクカクってカクカクカクカクしてる。
腹が立つわ
いや12
12 looks so funny when he's rapidly moving back and forth.
ブルブルなんぞ作る
や
やってん
ーべ
じゃん
これ。
ね
12 is unstoppable.
ってんじゃねーって。さあね。これどうするよ。
お
あータックルに
This has been a 12 video, dude.
タックルにニードルが刺さってやばしよ。
大将
Fujiwara?
藤原
This is
さん
the team
大将
captain.
藤原さんに対して相手5人目俺ちょっともう不安になってきた。いつもさちょうどいい感じになるさサードストライクがさあの機能が働いてく
That
れ
would be
なか
pretty
っ
good.
た。
Sean's another character they could make viable. But if you're gonna do that, you might as well just rebalance the game, because rebalance would just be that with more characters. I think that would be a rebalance most people wouldn't object to. If you just took the bottom tier characters and you were like, hey, we're going to make them better, but we're not going to touch Yun and Yang. I can't imagine someone being like, no, this is a perfect game. It's perfect because 12 is so shit.
でも何もない
There are some people on YouTube comments who would probably say something like that, you know. There are definitely like the third strike dick sucker somewhere that would be like, 12 or Sean being shit is important because like that makes it a lot more hype when someone wins with Sean. It's like, what the fuck? When does that happen? When do you ever see Sean get played? It's not hype to see someone win if you never win.
追い詰められても怖怖
うかつに何も技を振れないこれがテールブン。
わ
ナイス
やっと
I would not say
やっと
no.
山さんのラッシュ
Chicken working on twins.
山さんラッシュ終わった。
That would be so nice if I had better meter build on
スター
them.
ドーナツ 3-2P お願いします。
It's annoying. I don't even remember that many Dan moments from SF4. I remember Ixion playing Dan a little bit. 12.
さあ
That's something people could say. I don't think they would probably say it about Sean, but I could see them saying it about 12. Or like Remy.
あちょっとカクカクして
They can play up the parts of the character that aren't awful.
さあロケッパ刺さる、素晴らしい。バラ投げて、ショートスイングで投げすかったらこうなる。
It's important for the obnoxious characters to be low tier.
めんどくさいから
There are definitely people who say that about a bunch of characters in fighting games.
さあ藤原さん1本取って、
I remember hearing that about Laura in
藤原さんやっぱ
SF5,
ねロケ
and
ッ
then
パ
they
なん
buffed
ですよ
Laura.
ね、いつもすごいんですよね。
That guy was probably right,
まあね
honestly.
ロケッパもね、
But that's a design weakness. That's a much more important design weakness than balance,
そ
actually.
れはそうですね。
そうそう
The most important thing is all the characters are fun, and the next most important thing is all the characters are balanced against each other.
追撃してウォール EX で差し返す EX 仕
Why is he
返
using
す
stand forward so much? That's a weird button to hit in this game.
さあ
It's like mostly
ゲー
used
ジ
as
を
an
ね
A
ふん
tier.
だんに活用してね、どうにか距離は取って
It's really cool as an A tier because you can TC it. That was actually lost in SF4. I mean, you could still TC it, but there was no reason to.
リープで壁を追いやって
But in this game, if you do stand forward anti-air and they parry, you can then go to stand roundhouse.
お
And if they parry that, you can go to stand fierce, and they've got 2 more parries.
取り返す。お、これなんかいい勝負よ。
これはあ
リープロケ
う
パ
わ
ー
ー痛い
痛い
4
痛いと
割飛んでた。
That's easier on some Lee, but it was still quite impressive that he got the
落として、
Oh.
うわだ
That's super, super, super vulnerable to getting parried.
でまたバラ
Certainly didn't parry. It's one frame if you parry push
う
freeze,
わボッコボコ。
but could have been really awful.
藤原さん P 勝ち、さすが。次フロさんお願いします。フロさんお願いします。いやー強かった。バトリーって結構あれですよね。
I feel like nothing bad would happen to this game
相手が
if
なん
you
だろ
could
う
parry
結構ね
supers post
差し
freeze
上げ
very
る
easily.
相性悪いやつなんて
If
い
you
ない
could
んじゃ
buff
ねえ
the
か
parry
なと思
during
う
the freeze.
そうですね64ぐらいしかいない
There's nothing wrong with fucking being able to parry a super. It would make the game a lot more hype because it would happen a lot more
結
often.
構オールマイティーなキャラクター。
It would make it less of a big deal to parry a super, but like
7
already
人目
most
フロ
supers
さ
you
ん
shouldn't be
対
doing in
隊
neutral
長藤
anyway.
原さんです。いやー藤原さんがこのままね
せいか
大将まで引きずり出してくれるのか。
あせいじゃないや
ナイスグラブ。
The ones you should be doing in neutral wouldn't get any worse.
せいです。
Like Genai or Tengu.
フロさんといえばせいです。投げて投げ返して壁せい
でどうする
めくり来撃だざんざんと
ああこれは
減るんだな。
いって
いって
修正頼む
It doesn't do anything good that Dudley can just get a fucking one frame.
ロケパで死なない。
He can force if you get to low HP, Dudley can force you to get a one frame parry.
わ
わあ削り殺す。
アップね
お削りじゃなかった。なんか出ちゃったんか。
I don't know if I've ever even seen anyone do a post parry, post freeze parry for Dudley supers. I've seen the one block into parry, that's quite common.
たまらない
壁ねちょっと溜まってほしかった今のは。投げは飛んでる。
で
Tiger getting top 8 for like
壁
SF5? That's pretty recent.
怖
これが
い。
こういくか
Wasn't he like
マジだ
seam top 8?
痛いん
いやちょっ
だけど
とコンボ数見ました。
How did he place at Evo? I don't remember. I remember him doing pretty well.
通常技
But
だ
I
け
think
でさ
Southeast Asian majors, he was top 8. He got like a nice placement in that.
マーブル並みのさ一つだった。
Pretty sure.
さあ藤原さんうかつに動けない。飛びは取って。
うわ
I don't remember who won, but I think Daigo was up there. CEO.
いいよいいよ。お互い落ち着いてますよ。うわー思ったより手が投げ。
怖い
終わっちゃった。
Daigo's not a washout yet.
じゃあエキシビジョン行きたいと思います。じゃあ 2P コニ
山さんありがとう
Coney.
山さんがすごかった。
This is gonna be the Necro player, I imagine.
7なん
How
か
the fuck is he?
さあエキシビジョン
Hi.
エキシビジョンでございます。フロさん対コニタンさん。わーい
マッチしなかったんだ
わーいネクロだわーい
Daigo relying on his
ネ
gimmicks?
クロが来てくれると嬉しくて
I feel like Guile is one of the least gimmicky characters. You call him like upset on kick a gimmick because it's
フォーム
not.
がいいとねサード教えてくれた先生が言って
What are
ま
his
したけど
gimmicks?
まあまあそういうことなんでしょうね。
でこれだ
トロを全部めくってボッコボコザンザンザンと
ガールフの
うわうめえしっかりガードしてる。はいほいはい
あれはネクロに対してもガールフのになるんですか
なりますね。
ああいいね
ネクロって
Wait, where did he end up placing in Steam though? I'm wondering. That was pretty
ね
recent.
横に太いじゃないですか。めくりすげえしやすいんですわ。
ああはいはいはい
うんって紐男爵が言ってた
Was it Seam or what was it? It was like a fucking South. It was a Southeast Asia tournament of some variety. Calling Gao the closest thing to zoning is probably true. The closest thing to pure zoning. Because I feel like Gao might not even be the best zoning character. He's got to be up there. He's got to be like top 2. Who would be the contender? Akuma. Akuma's zoning potential is not bad, but I would probably say Gao's is better.
ショートルドリルキックね大だとああなのよね
で
Oh.
おこれ
I traded. Seiyabu trades a lot. Gene won't trade because it doesn't have real shadows, but Seiya does.
まあ残
So it
像
does.
だから
Oh yeah, Mana.
残像強しだね
I don't. Mana is like a. She's that. She's pokes.
めくり雷撃が
Yeah, she can fireball.
けれどもだった
But as fireballs go, I don't know if I'd call it like pure zoning.
大使の富に
はい
She can't use only her fireball. You know what I
お
mean?
願いします
はいクソゲーが始まりますよ
It's not like Guile only uses his fireball and not anything else.
というかジムに2人しか
But for Mana, it's arguably not even mainly her fireball. Although it depends on how you play. Tominaga's in.
さあ本戦でね出ることがなかった富永さんがエキシビジョンでいらっしゃいました凶悪よね
丹田で行こう丹田富に丹田だよ
富に丹田
丹田で行こう
丹田で行こ
I saw Sanford Kelly tweet that he didn't want to play Sagat in SF5. Quote, because he was
う
stress
エキシビ
incarnate.
ジョンピンクの悪魔富永さんい
I
らっ
thought
しゃい
that shit
ま
was
し
funny.
たどうも壊し投げて
I don't know.
ダッシュ投げつえ
You should definitely play to your strengths, and Daigo has a lot of experience with that stuff.
潰れんの今
Remember when Daigo played fucking Yun? And he did really well, don't get me wrong. Just because he's Daigo and he knows how to fucking study opponents and he knows how to fucking utilize tools characters have. He knows how to see what Yun has that's good and do it himself. But a lot of people were like, you know,
雷撃飛んじゃってたはいはいはい
溜まってないと怖くない誠
he's not embracing the Yun playstyle. That was a very common complaint he got. Even though he had probably the second best Yun, if not the best Yun, for all of AE.
うわすげえ投げてるうわ唐草入れてんですわこの人 EX チェスト
I don't remember his actual raw success rate versus Kazunoko, who was the other contender. Despite the fact that Yun was seen as a very strong character, I don't remember that many people playing him.
うわ赤ブロ
Went
して
for
るけど
multiple
なん
parries.
でなんで
Throw stopped immediately, very safe. That's the thing about Yang, is that even if you parry EX Rekka, it's a mix-up to even get a punish on it. Because he could do another rep.
お互い声あ壁あおーっと選球対パラシュ警戒された EX チェスト
I did like the
あれ俺
Daigo
あんま詳しくないんだ
Zeku.
けど
I gotta be
実はなんか
honest,
ユン
that
ヤっ
was kind of
て
neat.
HP 結構低いもし
I
かして
feel like Daigo played Guy at least a little bit in Alpha.
うわ雷撃ブロッキングしてるし
あ
中継もさせるし EX チェストは見られてんだな
EX Rekka, the red parry is the same timing as, if anything, it's an easier timing than the other Rekkos because it's a fixed speed.
おーはい
So it's like 3 frames or whatever the red parry timing actually is. 2. 3. But the key is that even after you get the red parry, you know, do you punish immediately, you might eat a red parry, or you might eat another Rekka.
死なねえぞ
And if you don't punish immediately and he does nothing else, he might get
手
away.
ではないんだあれで
いやなんかね
If you parry a regular Rekka, then you can punish Yang before he can recover or before he can do another Rekka. So you have a guaranteed punish there.
そういう
But EX Rekka is very fast.
っていうわ
はね山さんあれ
いや本当に路頭の山さんでした
We're gonna have another hour of fucking Furo versus Tominaga, because I wouldn't say no to that.
絶対痩せたよ
Round start, that's probably just round start, dash punch into command grab. Judging by the health and damage. This is gonna fucking kill.
入ってるはい
こうなるんだよね普通
Unless
は
he chokes.
こうなるんだよね
ダブルいらねえし
That was kind of a choke.
なんだ
で
うわー
あっていうかお土産を開けよ
あそうお土産ね
I think you can react to a successful first Rekka with more Rekkas, but don't quote me. Like Fei Long can do that. I think Yang can too. Rekkas themselves are confirms. Oh no, is he dead? Twins have low HP, but the meter isn't perfect for Makoto. No, it looks dead, yeah. Meter was high enough.
本日のクソゲーお疲れ様でした。
今日もクソゲーでした。はい、ありがとうございます。やっぱ強いよね。なんだかんだ富永さん強いよね。勝てる気しねえもん。
というか、お土産を
This matchup is real cool
視聴者の
and
皆
real
さん
pure.
に自慢しよう。
ああ、そうだね。
頑張れどこここ。
そう、スイさんがクソうめえっつってたこのお土産。
これです。あ、見えないか。
見えないかな。
あー、ちょっと
暗すぎるかな。
Hating this game conceptually.
で外はキャラメル。
I don't know if I hate anyone in this game conceptually.
で、
One of the reasons I like this game is I don't dislike fighting any character.
なんと。
Or are you just talking about like the fucking design of the character?
え、
Because
お菓子の
that's
実況してんの。
still probably no one.
海外菓子の実況してんの今。ね、海外菓子ってね、大体なんかね、中身キャラメル入ってんだよね。
I find Hugo a bit stressful to fight, but the matchup is not too bad. I'm kind of bad at it. I've never needed to be good at
じゃあ、スイ
Hugo.
さん、お土産
Me
いただき
being
ます。
okay against Hugo is enough to kill like every Hugo I've ever played.
アナゴさんも
But there's a lot of stuff against Hugo that I don't do. I do really unoptimal stuff against
はい
him.
読めね
株式会社
I don't even hate Chun that much. I think I would hate Chun if a good player played Chun, but
黒糖
Chun
まんじゅう
being played well
え。
is very rare outside of like Japan and outside of these
乗
settings.
って言いたいのは山々なんですけど
Most people regard Chun as the cancer killing the game, so most people don't like playing as her or against her.
途中でやれば
So
よか
there
っ
are
た
actually very few Chun-Li players. Chun-Li is probably the single least played character online for me.
でガチさんが堤と
Like the ones I've played against, rather.
あ、うめえ
Chun-Li's probably the least popular. Like I've probably played more
スイさん
12s
これ
and
めっちゃう
Chons
めえ
than
な
Chun-Li.
ですねまあ日本人にとってはちょっと甘すぎ
Makoto's bad against the high tiers of anything.
かもしれないと思う
海外菓子ってね、
That's like her weakness as a character. She doesn't fight Yun, Chun-Li, or Ken super duper well.
ああそれはよかった
うまいわ。
30個もあるからどんどん食べて
But I get what
じ
you're
ゃあ皆
saying.
さんもあざーすって言ってもらってってください。
というかドライさんいないんだ
Chun-Li is definitely the closest thing to a character I hate, but to be honest, because she's
ドライさんいない
usually
よ
played pretty poorly, she's like a dummy
ツ
for
イッ
me
ターも見てねえよ。
because Yoro can do super cool things against her.
実はもう一箱あるん
もう
です
一箱ある
よ
Most notably the touch of Dizzy, but also you can juggle lows against her.
で
There's quite a lot of room to show off.
カフェベイと言います
You can also juggle lows against Alex.
これね、ドイツだった
They
らど
get
こでも売って
abnormally
るよう
close to the
な
ground before
だ
landing.
ね
ああ、そうなんだ。
まあドイツには
So you
そ
can
も
like
そ
juggle
も
a
その
sweep.
お土産文化はないので
おお、そうなんだ。
Some other
へ
stuff.
ー
その地方のお菓子とかそういうのはないから
おお、ほうほうほう。なるほど。
何を持ってこようか毎回悩むんだ
It's
よ
like weirdly obnoxious to do Makoto's jumping
中で
combos.
も選んでいた
Her
だい
air
た
heavies don't have
この
enough hit stun,
まあできれば
and
ド
jump
イツ
fierce
の
is a kind of slow normal to combo to on the ground.
でも今度は確かにオース
So it requires like quite good execution.
からだっけ
Nice red.
そこらへん
甘さはね、スイスっぽいんだ。味はね、スイス菓子っぽ
Not
い。
even mashing.
知ら
He
ん
was like, yeah, I'm done.
どこなんだろうね。
He had utter faith in Tominaga to be able to hit him there in time.
ああドイツのグミはね
I was super late developing the ability to parry in this game. I've only like started being a parry guy pretty recently in the grand spectrum of how long I played this game.
超有名な
Yang is usually regarded as high tier. He's usually like 7th or 8th from the top on most people's tier list. He's notable because he doesn't have that many bad matchups. He's really not bad against Makoto, and he's really not bad against Chun-Li. And if anything, he's actually decent. He's like quite decent against Yun.
狙いすぎドミニアね狙いすぎ
Ken might be his worst, but he's like not bad at all.
ああ料理はねでもドイツの料理はちょっと塩っぽくないまあ日本
He's seen as more volatile than some of the other high tiers.
まあ俺は塩っぽい方が
He's less volatile than like Akuma. Even though he's very safe, like just the low HP, is a weakness compared to like Dudley or Urian. People don't really think that when they're fighting Yun, but they think that when it comes to picking him. Yeah. If you're like playing Hugo or something and you get a fucking Rekka parried and he 720s you, you literally like lose 75% of your health. It's like GG right there. And even characters who aren't powerhouses after a parry can do a lot of damage to you. Even just Akuma going for a red parry, or just a regular parry, and then getting like a fucking low forward super will just shave off a ton of health. I agree with that.
Nice.
EX roll kick. I can't even think of a time I've seen that combo. I mean, yeah, it's true, but you know, it's a more feasible thing to get parried.
皆さん、パソコンの上に水さんとアナゴさんのお土産あるんで食べてください。甘いもの好きな人はどうぞ。
It literally doesn't work. Low short has to go into EX slash. Are you asking how long do you have to interrupt it? Because you can't interrupt it. You do have to do a parry, but it's a blue parry. Got him? Got him. That's quite a fast super. One of the fastest. The window for the parry, it's like fucking 10 frames or whatever. You talking about block the low short, parry the slash? You usually see low forward into slash because it's a red parry. Or like low short into EX slash. Oh, what's the window? I don't know. It's just the cancel window. It's not a link or anything. So as long as you cancel the low short, it'll combo. Chun's is like 3. Chun's is a frame slower than some of the other ones. There are a lot of 2-frame supers in the game. They're like everywhere. Dudley's got 2 of them. Neat. Yeah, Chun-Li super is 2 frames in SF4. 1 frame for the medium version. But it's a very strange 1 frame. I've talked about it on stream before, but it will punish some -1 moves, but not other -1 moves. So like, I think Rufus hard Messiah, or not hard Messiah, hard Galactic Tornado and hold forward will be punishable by a, it will be punishable by 720. So it's definitely -1. But if Chun-Li does reversal, successful reversal, medium super, it won't punish. Bison will, Rufus will be able to block. Really super weird interaction. No idea why it's like that. Oh, he missed. Nice. Don't think there was a way to get a dizzy there. I don't think he can combo anything but jab. Maybe you can do like an EX record or something. I've never seen anything like that. Tommy Nuggs struck it before. He's real good about it. He gets it over 90% of the time, I think. But if you watch him long enough, you'll see it. Yes. I went back and watched my replay of Juicebox, and I found that one round where I got a the second match against Juicebox. The second time I played alongside against him. I found that one round where I got the end game DP parry. Hard dough.
お、珍しくミスった。やり直し。さあ
RDP is,
で、
I think it's actually invincible.
死なない。わざわざ
I
画面
think
入りに
both.
行く。何やってん
Oh
の？
no. Yeah, that's for sure the reason.
クイック狙いだったらしい。でもクイックでも当たらないでしょ？
I don't know if Sean's DP is invincible, but I can confirm that Ryun can have invincible EX DPs.
狙いすぎ、狙いすぎ。練習なくなるんじゃないよ。まあ、まだまだ大丈夫でしょ。
I love how the animation is weird if Makoto tries to command grab a tall character, like Remy or Hugo.
で、前方。で、
Karku says she straightens your collar.
作るのか。ナイスブロッキング。
She's like, I can't beat up someone who's got
撮影
this collar, this kind of collar. Yeah, it uses Hugo's crouch animation. And for Remy, it uses like the animation from his like cherry tap, I think. Makoto's just not that tall.
ああ。何でも当たる、何でも当たる。あ。で、前方。2脚で。
I want to meet the person who's the most like Makoto IRL.
お。
I want them to cosplay
何
Makoto.
を狙ってたんだろう
Would it be a boy or a girl?
そうそうそうそう。なんでガールしないんだろう。
I read Ingrid and I thought of the Fire Emblem Ingrid first.
Oh, up ne.
I'm always weirded out whenever I see someone block the, or eat the low short and then block, or eat the low short and then eat the EX chop.
で、前方で。
If you eat the one, you shouldn't eat the other, I
画
feel.
面端で。
Yang there, Furo just blocks the overhead.
富永が捕まえて、富永が画面端。
Nice. Did Rekka mix up? That time Makoto waited. The third Rekka mix up is a lot more volatile than the second Rekka mix up.
うわ。
You're in
青
SA1.
4つ。
Yeah, and SA1 is that fast. The others don't surprise me.
うわ。で、
Ibuki SA2 kind of
今のは
surprises
当たんな
me.
いの？
Only not all of them.
なんだ今の？
Yeah, I would have guessed all of those except
あー、ワンチャン
the
あり
ones
そう
where they're not attacks, like
ありそう。
healing. I didn't know that was one frame. Or, yeah, no, SA1.
が来た。
I don't know if I knew that Yuri in SA1 was one frame. That's surprising.
しんどいって言ってます。
I I can confirm the quickness of your Aniax mirror. Oof. Got him midair some way or another. EX? Oh, if he just comboed that from the low short, it would have been stunned. Looking real hard for, yep, the TC. That's kind of a weird thing to do there, because that stand short can be parried in either direction. So would you be like above her? Because I think she would miss.
Oh.
Unless you like jumped off of something with your fucking asshole out. Very nice, very nice. Did the lower damage combo to get the make sure the dash punch actually came out, so he had a little bit more meter build. Also a more consistent combo. Oh, is this over? It should be. He's got everything he needs, all the meter and all the screen. Yup, this is undroppable at this point. He doesn't need to do a fancy combo. Why does my fucking mouse everything never work now? Oh, I want that to be me. It's not fair, bros. Almost 2 years. I need to have like special sub badges for people who've subbed for a while. I need better emotes so people who sub to me have cool emotes. It's time to actually think of what my fucking emotes would be for this chat. Let's just get the fucking laughing, crying, eyes open emoji as an emote. Wouldn't that be useful to be able to post wherever you wanted to? Nice. That's not a link or anything. It might be with like a perfect meaty. I don't think it was there. Since I saw the throw whiff and shit. I guess I'll click this one too. Just in case it's more cute Makoto. It is. Wearing the secret color. Like the one we're watching right here. Pink with the red neck thing. Is that true? I hate Makoto's jump roundhouse. I think the reason it's the way it is so you can break the juggle limit a little bit and still get the neutral jump with Fukiages and still get the neutral jump roundhouse.
He came and lost.
On some characters, is that English? On some characters you can do like X kick, Super 2 X kick, like land Fukiage and then jump roundhouse. I don't know if that breaks the juggle limit. I don't think it does. Fukiages do a lot of JP, but I don't know the amount. But her X kick I think only does one. Koa. Short for Koashi.
Normal Urian, I don't think so. After the match has ended here, then it's just like the top players just playing all the time.
This guy's got good English.
Probably won't be playing anytime soon. Only if
Super good.
or Tominaga get bored of this. It probably won't be like next time. Hi, Lee-san, konbanwa. De, pyotte. Don, don, don. Who's speaking? I am Sui. The worst Ibuki you will ever see at Versus.
Sui, it's the first guy. The yellow Ibuki from the beginning. His name, I was like, Sui? Who was this? I don't remember him. He had the kanji for his name, the water. That's not usually pronounced as Sui, especially by itself. I think he doesn't have the meter.
でんでここから負けるのは富永です。
That's a bad feel.
死んでない。で、すごいことやりそう。
Mizu, yeah, more typically.
Hello, Bad Ibuki. Hello to you too.
Correct.
I'm a Japanese, so my English is not, well, predisposed to Japanese pronunciation. So yeah, that's something.
He just said predisposed, and he's trying to say his English is bad.
You didn't play after our X, don't.
Trying to tell me that fucking someone whose English is bad would say predisposed. Oh, the fake light kick. I really like that. Makoto's light kick moves her forward, and then it moves her back, and that pushes the opponent. So if she whiffs a light kick over you while you're on the ground, one, it fakes light kick Kara stuff. Ooh. Yang recovers super fast if he gets that kind of connect. He recovers as soon as he hits the ground. Oh.
Oi! Kuro-san! Kuro-san! いやいや、パイタッチで終わろうとするから。あれ外国人みたいな外国人です。私は外国人です。
Watashi wa gaikokujin. That's what he said. Was he reading someone else who said that?
大変懐かしい。大変懐かしい。
Gaikokujin is a theoretically longer way of saying gaijin.
これはたまらないから大丈夫。
Or did he say daikokujin?
Here right now it's 11:15 in the evening. Geisha Fujiyama. Wabi sabi wasabi. やめたいで。熱をもうシャットアウト。それが開閉ボード。
Oh, the reset. He couldn't kill with that combo. He missed the high connect of the roll, though. If he got the high connect of the roll, he would have had jab juggle, and it probably would have killed.
ドイツ語アクセントで日本語を話すのはちょっと大変なんですけどね。なんか
This guy sounds like a native Japanese guy when he's speaking Japanese.
あー、捕まった。捕まった。そして2マックス。これは
When he's speaking English, he sounds not very Japanese at all.
お疲れ様でした。はい、サード終わりました。
What's Daikoku? Is that Korea?
サード終わりました。
I haven't thought about that in a while. No, Konkoku, I think, is Korea.
ヤンヌ P は確かに攻撃アップじゃなかったっけ？
I don't know what the fuck a Daikoku is. Maybe it's not even a term and I'm just making it up. I'm pretty sure he did say Gaikoku.
ダブル吹き上げ阻止。かっこかり。フルチュンリー、それはまたレアキャラ。
That's not probably the right reading. That would be Koku like.
貢献当たる。
Okay, Konkoku is Korea. What did I say? Konkoku?
じゃあ4
I
割
think I
の
said
確
Konkoku.
率で死にまし
I
た。
don't remember what I said. I said Donkoku, didn't
は
I?
い。
I don't fucking remember.
かかっただけでしょうけど、
I already forgot.
まあそんなの関係ないと。
How about when you get home and you don't even have to pee that badly, but then you're like walking from your fucking car to your front door and you're fucking putting your keys into the lock of your front door and then all of a sudden it's a fucking emergency. The slam, Chun-Li's air command normal that everyone forgets exists. Air down towards Fierce.
ナイス空中投げ。空中投げた話。イブビンの強いところの一つ。それは空中投げ。
Ku Chu Naga. I've never heard that. Ku is air, Chu is between. So together it would be like midair. And Naga is to throw. Ku Chu Naga air throw. The ku is the same as the
これ
kara
2マックスこれ2マッ
of
クスこれ
karate.
2マックス
The word air can also mean empty.
まあ
Karate is like empty hand, I think.
2マックスの方が怖いんだけどねで
Empty fist or something. No, empty hand. For Makoto? Oh, for Chun-Li.
これは
That would make low strong or low forward a lot more fair.
はい対応のいいスピは
A lot more fair.
これがチュンリーこれぞチュンデイこれぞチュンデイ
Force you to link into the super too, huh?
これぞ
Or would you do anything to the cancel window? Oh, where's the cancel? Don't lose. Don't. He's gonna die. This is a kill. This kills. It's not that hard. I can do them. Honestly, the cancel goes so late that you might as well be linking it.
No, playing against Tominaga is not tense, it's just fun. It's different from playing against any other character and player ever. Because it's just so... You don't play against Makoto, you play against Tominaga. That's just how it is.
That was nice. He got his Samurai House parried and he super jump canceled it to not get thrown. You see that? I wish there were more super jump canceled normals in this game. There's only like a few. Like one per character on average. It's a cool mechanic. There's a decent amount of them in the game, but I wish there were more.
No, but really, if you play Tominaga, you play... I mean... I usually
Oh, I've seen exactly that, to be honest.
And lose like 30 times in a
I don't
row.
think with that. I think I saw it with like a parried,
But
like,
it's completely different from playing
close
against
forward
any
from
other
Twin.
Makoto out there. Doesn't feel... Ah, nice Yomi.
He got the meter. Oh, he went for that. It didn't matter. You do like a whiffed stand short Karakusa there. Or a whiffed short stand short Fukiage,
Well, when you're
excuse me.
playing with Ibuki, actually, you have a chance that he misses the double Fukiage. But yeah, that's also one of the strong points. You have an advantage against Tominaga, but that's about it.
Nice. Chun-Li's doing a pretty good job not getting thrown. It's not as hard as it sounds, to be honest, against Makoto. Oh, that where the fuck was the punish? You not want to spend the bar? I think that's it, because he didn't super there either. Doing his best not to spend any meter. That's risky against Makoto, man. Oh, because of this. Literally because of this. I would spend the bar immediately. He missed it again. He's trying to catch one of them. Back strong for the slap. He was trying to super fucking lightning legs, I guess. And Chun-Li was just trying to approach, trying to whiff buttons to make random dash shittier. Dash legs is super hard. Well, it's not super hard, but it's annoying. There's a very good chance you're gonna dash and then like get a fucking kick button. The input for lightning legs, in addition to being awful to input, they're also semi-randomized. It's possible that your lightning leg input timing can run out in the middle of you hitting 4 buttons, or like 3 or 2 or 1. Nice. Love the double Fukiage stuff, or the double super stuff. Double Labara.
かっこいいんですけれども、なんか納得できない。今度だけは納得できない。
I actually really like Chun-Li versus Makoto. I wouldn't have guessed. I hate most Chun-Li matchups. I guess the characters feel pretty well balanced. Well, not super well, but like, you know, you can see how both players are trying to land their big stuff. This feels like a regular ass, like, good zoner versus good rush down. and not like a disgusting thing. You know what I mean? Like Chun-Li usually feels nasty because of how she like breaks apart the opponent's playstyle, but Makoto's is quite intact. Because Chun-Li's being really greedy with the meter. Chun-Li lives and dies on her meter, but I can't believe he's trying to save it like so aggressively. Chun-Li's doing zoning right now. There's no fireballs, but she's zoning. This is pure zoning right here. That wasn't. That crouch jab, that button's fast. One of the fastest normals. Makoto's as grapplery in this game as Hugo is, to be honest. I know she's not a, like, huge guy, but she's absolutely got both the grappler spirit and the grappler. What the fuck? You got the first parry, that's hilarious. Probably an accident. If you hit parry like one frame before the freeze and then shift to block, even though you technically are inputting block, you will still parry the first hit.
そこ蹴散るのそこ蹴散るの富永さんの覗いてます。そこは蹴散ります。これは終わってる臭い。
Try not to get thrown. He wants to meet Makoto for some air to airs. Air to airs are really good for Chun-Li because even if she loses the air to air, she doesn't get like supered. So meeting Makoto mid air is very ideal. Kind of scary. Yeah, you can see he's leaving the ground whenever Makoto's close. Oh no, it's not kill though. Screen position is very good for Chun-Li. Really aggressive read. Wake up buttons will beat both that, what he tried to do, and Meaty Karakusa, because you're briefly unthrowable. There were a lot of things Chun-Li could have done to win there. It was just a really aggressive read. It probably would have beaten a EX Bird. I don't know if it would have. Yeah, it's already like that, sort of. Except you've got to actually commit, which is probably better, since you can actually occasionally see people whiff punish in meter building normals. It would be nice to have it better balanced, because it's common in this game for the high tier characters to have better meter building at range. That's the main reason people act like meter building is with whiff normals is broken. It's because it's a trait that happens to be shared by a lot of the top tiers, even though it's not super duper strong on paper. Oro's meter building on whiff is horrible. One of the worst. There was a KF game that had that kind of charging, wasn't it? Or was it Art of Fighting or what? There was like a game that didn't combo. Oh. Oh, that's bad. He should be dead unless Tomi fucks up. He's been fucking up the easier setup. Yeah, it was again. It's easier on Chun-Li than most characters, but it's probably not the one he's the most practiced with. This might's done. Headed. Gross. Anyway, there was a KF game where you could just like build meter by holding buttons. What was it? Or not KF, but like SNK. Because that was the basis of like a few of the grooves, or one of the grooves. And it was the basis of, I think, extra mode in KOF. Can't believe he didn't get stunned.
可愛いのは正義。でもセクシーの方がもっと正義。
K Groove didn't have that. It was S Groove, I think, that had that. K Groove could only get meter from taking damage or just defending. No other ways.
でもね、そのイブキ
Pretty
は
sure.
可愛いんだけど、やっぱりそのギャルっぽいところもあるし、なんていうか、なのに忍者をやってるとか。
I think S Groove is usually regarded as the worst groove in KOF,
でも
in
なんか
CBS.
一生彼氏だけなさそう。
But you never see it. You see A Groove all the time, you see C Groove all the time, you see K Groove a decent amount. And then you see N Groove once in a blue moon. And then P Groove and S Groove are basically unplayed.
さあの女子キャラは全員いい感じ。どうかな。
P Groove having multiple super bars would have been nice. Put it like that.
いい感じなんだけどな。カリーも可愛いし。
Very nice.
お父様とか。
Makoto wins off one command grab if she's mid-screen, but she wins off two command grabs if the opponent's cornered.
いぶきが入ったから、いぶきでやるんだけど、その次にはサブにしたら、サブだったら多分カリーだね。今何やれたの？あれ EX 吹き上げだったっけ？で、終わるの。
He might have been just the wrong position to get a super. Surprised he didn't take it unless it was impossible. But I was kind of iffy on whether it would work or not. It's harder on short characters than tall characters, I think, because on the tall characters you can use the heavy super to pick up some of the further range ones. But Makoto will just shoot over the head of a short character with heavy super.
で、ジュリはどうだろう？ジュリはマフィアか。違うか。
Nice.
ストキャラの中はサールがいいのか。そうだよね。イブキいるし。
What the fuck?
でもカリ
Was that throw whiff? Was it just done too early, or was there like a jump cancel fucking dash or slash? Oh, not good. It's over. I suppose he went for a link like that. Not that that link is super hard. Oh, actually, he might have needed to. I don't know. I feel like low forward EX Records might have killed.
で、サールやってないで喋ってるだけ俺は一体何をやりに来たんだろうかな。ブルマか。ブルマね。桜がギャル。いや、桜はただの天場でしょ。パンツ見つけてくれればよかったのにね。
Nice, cool juggle. Trade juggles are cool. It was neat looking at T-Hawk's trade juggles with his Rising, Condor Rise. I only showed one in the video and I didn't even bring any attention to it. I was like, the hitbox isn't great and it stops being invincible, and then I immediately showed trade combo. I showed light DP, but even if light DP isn't consistent, he can also like stand fierce there. Probably some other stuff, EXDP perhaps, or Spire. Light DP does quite a lot of damage for a Mega T-Hawk. I played Garo a little bit. I was like, this is neat, but I didn't stick with it. I played Freeman. Oh no! Freeman is one of the most like locked characters mechanically, if you know what I mean. All of his stuff has very little like customizability, I guess. I don't know how to call it. It's hard to describe. He felt like a worse mature. But I remember liking the way he felt. He might have had a record or something. It's literally been so long I don't remember. It's not the combos, it's more the special moves themselves. But the combos as well, because the special moves were. It might have been like special move reliance, I don't remember. I don't know if I'd call him low creativity. Maybe. I'm trying to think of a similar character. Close hard punch being slow. How fast is it, Makoto? 7's not fast. A lot of close heavy normals in this game are like faster than that. Oh, Geef close fierce. Yeah, I saw you talking about that. The crouch jab and close fierce mix up. No creativity for the player is a bit what I'm talking about, I guess, yeah. He's the opposite of freeform, if you get what I'm trying to say. He's a very non-freeform character. For the record, stand teching is not only is it only 3 frames, but you don't get counter hit out of it in SF4. So if you stand tech and he hits you with that close fierce, you only take the 180, which is admittedly quite a lot of damage. Yeah, linear. Freeman is linear. That's the feeling I got. He's like, I think, like the bottom tier of the game, I'm pretty sure. Unfortunately, most of the characters I like in that game are like bottom tier or low tier. Like I think Terry and Rock are both lower bottom. And I think Butts is too. It didn't knock down, did it? Or did it? I feel like it didn't. Close roundhouse knocks down. I don't think close fierce does. It's surprising. What's his face? I don't remember his name. The fucking one of the combo guys for SF4 left a comment that was kind of observing that. It started unintentional was what he said, which is most likely true because of some of the weird things you could do with it. And when they did the patch that changed some of the stuff in Omega, I think that was 1.04, they adjusted that to make it a lot more fair. Like, he used to juggle the green hand, but it doesn't seem to anymore. They used to juggle to grounded connect of stand short, and now it doesn't. Yeah, I think you could do raw SPD in addition to like hit into SPD, even if it wasn't EX. There's like some nonsense there. Theoretically, EX to straight EX should be damage and stun optimal, scaling optimal more accurately. But now it seems like the only combos he gets are stand short, low short, and sweep. I couldn't find anything else. Not that I tried for a super long time, but I tried all the stuff that would be really nice to land. I tried everything that would be better than sweep, and couldn't find anything. It's so specific, Geef trying to get that move while he's cornered you. I mean, it's pretty scary because Geef has the fake jump over, if you don't know about that. Geef can do an unusually small jump with a special jump input. He can do that in Ultra as well, actually. So if he's got you in the corner, he can either do a fake jump over, which is far more likely because it keeps you in the corner, and then get damage from that. Or you can do a real jump over and then combo a 2DX SPD into a knockdown for like a shit ton of stun and damage. But even if he gets that, he gets like his sweep knockdown, which isn't great. Granted, it does an ass ton. Even with a non-optimal combo, it does 500 damage. So there's a good chance if you get that mix-up, the round just ends. I enjoyed showing off his 730 damage fucking just regular-ass jump-in combo with no link. That wasn't even his optimal damage or anything. That was just like a very practical match to land, or combo to land after a jump-in. There was nothing specific about that combo. If you jump over a fireball with Geef, you can literally just get 700 damage if you've got super.
Nice.
Doesn't require special screen position, doesn't require a certain opponent. Doesn't even require you to be close. Oh no, he missed the parry.
返された。死なない
Real.
のか。
That's. I don't know how the fuck to parry that.
巡り読めない。本は薄いが心は強い。だね。
Yeah, with a super that's that easy to confirm. Well, again, it's not. It's actually quite difficult to land a Russian
ま
stomping.
だ全然あるから食って。拒否された。
I might play Geef a little bit in like upcoming Omega stuff, just to see if I can make it work. He definitely feels like a victim of matchups, even more so than Ultra Geef. But the parry's nice. That's a good thing to have. And believe it or not, his Lariat actually looks better at going through fireballs, the kick one, because it's got more horizontal range immediately. That's the one you would go through fireballs with. He seems like he would be easy to zone with normals. That's the problem. So like the fireball stuff is not even necessarily like the end of it. Nice.
Oh, nice P. Nice P である。ドーンドーンドーン。
SF3 Mysterious Mod. I had to think about it. I figured it was like the hack, but I needed to remember its name. I don't know. I'm curious. So they've done a lot of stuff since then. Last time I looked at it, there wasn't even a Laura at all, I think. And now they've got a bunch of new characters, I imagine, since there's a bunch of new characters in the game. I remember looking at Sakura and thinking, this is fucking awesome. Mysterious Mod is probably the biggest and most popular ROM hack for SF5. It's a custom fan rebalance. It's quite cool. Venom on YouTube made a really big video detailing what's different, and it's a really nice intro to what's all going on in the game. To immediately list some of the cool things it has, you can spend 1 V bar to do a V cancel, which allows you to like, it's like a Roman cancel, but doesn't have the trigger activator or anything.
繋がってないよってフロさんが言ってた。で、実際繋がってない。
And you can do it during like special moves. The combo system is a lot more elaborate. It would be fun to do some Mysterious Mod combo like videos, wouldn't it? B&B Mysterious Mod combos. But I haven't really played that game competitively in any way, so like, it's hard to say. I would just be guessing on what's important to be able to do. Like, obviously, you should be able to do combos with various amounts of resources. I'm sure, like, Venom would like that, or any of the Mysterious Mod guys. Would be like, neat. I don't know, because they might just make it so combos aren't, you know. Like, I could make a combo and then a patch could make it so that combo doesn't work anymore. Omega's like set in stone at this point. SF5 has been really good about not changing the fundamental B&Bs for the most part. They've only made them more or less rewarding. The red. And then nothing. Red parry into crouch jab.
Nice Ayuch.
Really nice tick. The dash there is really weird. Just trying to bait.
一番の推しキャラサードの中それとも SF の中それともそれ以外サードならもちろんイブキでしょ SF ならもちろんイブキでしょ
I like Omega better than Ultra. But that's like, better is such a hard thing to say.
全ジャンルで
It's more, you're playing it more. Do you know what I mean? It's more constant.
これは難しいかな。全ジャンルだったら
There's less downtime because you get up so fast and because the combos are sometimes shorter.
誰だろう。むずい。
That's a thing that isn't really a balance change, but it makes the game more fun, I feel. It's definitely more fresh, no doubt. It's very easy to just find something and then take it really far. Just because, like, people don't know how to deal with it, you know what I mean?
あれは全部エロじゃないよ。あれは全部ユリだよ。で、全然なんかあのキャラの同人誌見たら絶対買うわってキャラは
Removing hard knockdowns entirely would have shaken up a lot of characters in Ultra. Most notably Ibuki and Dakuma, but it would have been like a bunch of people.
で、早乙女さくら
I don't like that.
ないでしょ。いいとマニアの。
You can tell Omega was really careful about the way that links worked. Because links became easier, they like changed some characters to make it so easy links wouldn't make them stupid. Like the way Chun-Li's lightning legs work in Omega. Yeah, Elena would also get fucked a little bit by that. I don't know. Elena was like Sako was very prominently positive on Elena's hard knockdown from Hard Link's tail, and he definitely made it work. But I feel like if that was removed, Elena wouldn't suffer that much. She's got other ways to end combos that are like almost as nasty. Round Stop Fierce is an Omega. It was not changed. In fact, from what I can tell, Alfarte is one of the least changed characters. He's got some different run stuff. But generally speaking, he's only got like all his normals seem to be pretty similar. As Run Stop Fierce is the same. Run Stop Fierce actually has like nothing that makes, I shouldn't say nothing, but like I guess the Fierce links themselves would be easier, but the double cancels would be as difficult. I don't know because I haven't tried to do it. When Spab recorded the two that he recorded them with frame trapped. So evidently, I don't know if he even tried to record them by hand. It would also hurt the characters who had hard knockdowns off of throws. Like Mr. Zangief.
なんかビートマニアいいよってよくから言われてました。です。
Or Mr. T-Hawk. And everyone has hard knockdowns off of fucking forward and back throw and shit. On one hand, if every character is nerfed, then no one's really nerfed. But, you know, characters were already balanced around their throw key, at least to some degree. Vega got a safe jump from a back throw. I did that a lot. It's a safe jump, why wouldn't you? It's the whole beauty of it. Even if you just fake the safe jump and lane throw. Nice, nice. Oh, fucking Tommy. What went wrong? That close forward is a mix up with Kamengro. Grab. Very difficult. And of course it's safe. I was rewatching some Sako Elena recently, and man, it's gross. Every now and then, he would like mostly just have the regular scumbag Elena, but every now and then he would do some like mind-bogglingly hard specific combo. Does that even build meter? Because I feel like it doesn't. He didn't need meter. Yeah, he was definitely just fucking popping off a little bit. He got like it was like an what was the link? He got some really silly link at endgame in the match I was watching. He got like a whiff punish, low jab into forward, spin scythe, F80C, crouch strong, which I think is a one-frame link, and then he did a light link's tail from that, or not a light link's tail, light rhino horn, and I was like, damn, and it killed. It like barely killed, and he had no meter to get the X uppercut at the end. I was like, damn, that was a pretty optimal fucking thing to suddenly do. Yeah. Promote wake up parry and wake up block. It's to make the wake up mix up a little bit less horrifying for the guy on the ground. It's already quite horrifying for the way out the guy on the ground. But if throws beat your attacks, it would be even more horrifying. Granted, instant wake up attacks are still quite risky to go for, because most meaties aren't throws. Most people go for like meaty button. Oh, nice thing. I think healing Elena, I think Elena's like top 2, if not top 1. I will always say that. Elena was really nasty in Omega, not a secret. But healing definitely wasn't like the thing that was keeping Elena in the god tier. There were like 5 things she had that were just as nasty as healing, if not more nasty. A lot of most matches, if you actually look at them, healing would like get 100 HP back, or maybe like 200. It's quite rare to see full heal. Did I say Omega at any point, or what? What did I say? Healing definitely mostly did damage to the opponent's mental state, and not mostly did damage to their. Favorite Elena. That's hard to answer. Oh yeah, I didn't mean it. I meant Ultra. Yeah, you're right. I don't know. I like them all for different reasons. I like Elena's neutral dominance in third strike without really being strong otherwise. Combo strong. Mega having that invincible DP is pretty fucking nice. But her special moves feel worse than Ultra. Besides the DP. DP feels a lot better. But like Rhino Horn and Omega doesn't feel very good. Spin Scythe and Omega is nice. This poor little gang. Getting beaten up. Oh, we just insert coin for the rest of the video? Yeah, we are.